Welcome then, everybody. It is the time for the Neon Core Cup. I am Luxy. I'll be your caster for today. I'm joined by Joseph, and I think we're both excited for this. It's not like Luminance where it was Immortals and Radiants going head-to-head. It's Diamonds to Immortal. And Joseph, what are your expectations for this tournament?
Well, hello everyone, and talking about expectations, obviously they can't be that high, just as like the Luminance one, for example. But obviously, coming into this tournament, Diamonds to Immortals, you're gonna have some sloppy rounds, you're gonna have some epic rounds even, maybe more chances for a 1v5 situation, maybe more chances for clutches to be happening, just because not everybody is like on the same like wavelength. You know, you don't expect these teams to be perfect in any shape or form, but obviously that gives us a little bit more freedom to have some epic rounds, and yeah, for that I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm very much excited as well, and we have two incredible teams to start off the tournament. We have Hecaton Trident versus Metizport Academy. So, two good teams, one in Elite 4 in the Premier, and they're both elite teams, but one of them's in Elite, and the other, I have no idea because they don't have a Premier team from the looks of things via the in-game thing, but both incredible teams, both ready to prove their worth in this tournament. And I do have to agree with you about the sloppiness. I do think we're going to see a few bizarre things from the players, but I also do think we are going to see some incredible clutches. I mean, I don't know if anything can top what we saw in the Luminance tournament with a 1v5 clutch ace in overtime from Zowie in MRN, but I think we will be doing quite incredible with these players, and I do believe the players can start. We will be heading to the map veto, and yeah, let's have a look at this map veto as it is beginning. So this is gonna have to see. It's going to be Trident to ban first, and then they ban Corrode actually. So Hecaton not enjoying the Corrode map. I don't enjoy it either. And now it's going to be Metizport to ban Abyss. So first picked map here from Trident. What will it be? It's gonna be
I hope for like a aim heavy map, because that gives them like the most chance to really give it a go, right? I don't expect a map like Haven to be played, maybe, because like you gotta have a lot of like just a lot of work into that map to really get it down and whatever.
Bind.
Obviously, you could also have some epic executions. Talking about executions, Bind, perfect map for that.
Yeah, absolutely. A very defender-sided map as well. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what these players can sort of produce for us. I'm definitely going to expect Viper from both teams. And then you said Haven's not, I know. Yeah, no, you said Haven's not going to be picked, but no, Haven is definitely picked for Metizport. So that's going to be quite interesting. I'm excited to see how well Haven will turn out. And it is going to be the map picked from Metizport. Now, the banning, second phase happening now. And what do you think we might see here from Trident?
Well, considering that Trident is probably less... I was going to say Breeze was going to be open to the end, so I'm wrong about that. And oh god, okay, they're banning fast. Split Breeze going to be banned. Last map is going to be Pearl, so I don't even remember what I wanted to say about that, but you know, still, Pearl's going to be the last map, the decider map. If we go into a map 3, of course, it's going to be a best of 3. Remember, this tournament is starting in the knockoff stages already. Obviously, it is a double knockoff system, so double elimination. Once you lose, you still have a chance to, you know, go through the losers bracket. Obviously, the winners bracket is going to have a big advantage, just, you know, playing less, having more VODs to watch about the enemy teams. That's going to be a little bit less practice, of course, but I don't think that's going to matter too much in this kind of tournament. It is somewhat do or die already. That losers bracket is not looking too favorable for any team there. Obviously, losing once in that loser bracket means you're out. Yeah, there's no chance for you to go into the finals or even win anything in that sense. So yeah, this best of 3 is going to be important for both teams. And if we go into map 3, which I hope for, it's going to be Pearl.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to see what Bind is going to cook up for us here. It's a really good map to start off with because there is a decent amount that you can do on this map. You know, you can sort of run a nice, really quick attack onto that A side, the more favorable side. For the attackers, in my opinion. I mean, I love the fact that, you know, you can lurk on it, you can easily take it with just brute force as well. And I mean, we're definitely going to see a Viper. If we don't see a Viper, my jaw is going to be dropped, because Viper is the most picked agent on the bind map. She covers 2 sites with 1 wall, and it's just the way you use her. It's going to be quite easy to do quite well. We are just waiting for these players to swap sides, as they're not ready in the lobby, to say the least. But yeah, this is going to be a quite exciting matchup indeed. And yeah, the knockout stage is already here, ready to go. And we are ready to get on into the game. So, Joseph, this is going to be an exciting map, I do think.
Exciting, definitely. Especially, you know, Bind, you said it before, a little bit defensive sided, yes, but at the same time, it's very retake heavy, right? That A side is statistically the most retake side, and also the side that has the highest win percentage when it comes to retake as we go into the agent select, as you talked about. And yeah, right now we are seeing 2 Vipers being harvested, so you seem to be right about that as well. It is my favorite pick when it comes to this bind map. Obviously, you don't really play a Sentinel here, and if you do, it's most of the time it's not really even during the Cypher meta, right? You never really had that anchor being played, as at least when it comes to a Sentinel. You rather have that Viper as the only real anchor in that sense. Obviously, Viper can do so much more than that. At the same time, we were looking at 2 very usual compositions, but now on the sides of what is it, Metizport, I think? Oh no, it's going to be Hecaton.
Yeah,
they're hovering some weird picks here.
I wouldn't say it's weird. I mean,
for example, that's not something you see every day.
Oh, the Omen. The Omen's weird, but the double duelist is quite fine. I mean, I see how the Omen can work. He does add a little bit of versatility, and the util combos that you do have. I mean, the Fade ult with the Omen ult, you can cover a lot of ground with that, and you can do some unexpected plays in the Omen blind. It is just going to add to that. Sort of, it's going to allow them to retake easier. It's going to allow them to take sight easier. It's just going to be that sort of thing of like, it's going to help the duelist sentry. It's going to really just be very impactful if used correctly. And already we are getting on into the game, and it will be Hecaton to take us onto this attack half. And this is going to be an interesting game. I'm absolutely hyped. I hope everyone in the chat is hyped. And we are already seeing, like what I mentioned just before the game, this really aggressive A on the pistol. It's probably the best strategy. Take the A space, take showers, take short, and just fast flood in. You're on pistols, so you really need to play together. There's no point trying to default.
Yeah, immediate live round into this pistol, as we're seeing an A split so far. 2 teams, both of them ready, as Profi Yappa gets the first blood found towards showers. It's gonna be QB down. A little bit overzealous maybe with that hold. Obviously that's TP, not really expected. A little bit in the open. And the A side is gonna be retaken probably for the sides of Metizport.
Yeah, but look at Danny in the smoke here. He's ready to pounce like a panther. But trades are happening. And it's just sort of a stalemate right now. 3v4 situation, and Ahmed just on the headbench.
Time is of the essence here.
Yeah.
The attacker side having that spike down already. 3v4 situation. The retake has to come in, but it's going to be a slow one at that. Darkness gets 1. The second one being found by Oliver as well. It's going to be Ahmed down. It's going to be a 2v1. No, 1v1 Viper. Just on 1 HP as well as Darkness. A 1v1 situation. Doesn't know where the Viper could be standing. Jumpy coming out, so he knows that he's not on. But now information's being found. He gets the clutch. The 3k being found. The headshot being found as well. The Ghost doing enough. And Dark wins them the first round as they go into this map of Bind with the advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was an IGL 1v1, Hour versus Darkness, and it's Darkness to prevail. And what a clutch it was. The retake, down on numbers, yet they still win it. That is absolutely phenomenal. And that's what you love to see here from this team. It will be Metizport to take the early lead advantage. And already, I think we are just seeing the absolute advantage you can get on this defender side. And we are seeing a fast B flood, probably onto the long space. And it's Hour to make the call.
Hour to make the call, definitely. I do have to say though, that postman situation, maybe not the greatest for the sides of Metizport, or sorry, for Hecaton in that sense. Now walking towards B, obviously only 2 players are waiting. That's going to be the weakest side being attacked there. Hour, first person to get the contact, but the wall obviously shuts them down for now. Utility being thrown, not much given up. Darkness, chip damage onto his body. Not enough to scare him too much though. As the spam is coming in with some classics in hand, not the greatest of weapons. Obviously, that anti-eco coming in for their side as, oh my goodness, Thompson gets one, Ever gets a second. Somehow the entry does work out. Oliver gets one trade, but he has to get a second one to make this a little bit more possible. But now, the situation is not looking too good for the sides of Metizport, which is not to be expected, especially considering they bought up this round, which is, the usual thing you do. Now, Ahmed has the Bulldog in hand and could do a lot of damage towards Elbow now, not being found out yet. Does he take the timing? Yes, he does, and he gets the kill. Oliver.
Well. Oh, and that is absolutely huge. 4v2 situation. The Floods are trying to go in. It's all up to QB, the Waylay, the duelist player here for Metizport. This could be dividend. This could be a bad situation. Having to run away. Outlaw in hand. It is worth a save. The saturate being used to delay. He's still gonna peek. He finds one. He's gonna peek. It's QB to miss the shots. Hecaton finds the kill. Ahmed going searching. He finds the kill onto QB. They win the round. It's one apiece, and what an upset that was. What a round. What a call from Hour. The early picks found, given them the guns, and they just hold the site. They don't push, and that's what I love there from Hecaton Trident.
Definitely, and we do have to say though, Metizport maybe a little bit too passive on that B side. I do understand they being passive because in case of anything going wrong, you have the weakest side on B, so you might as well play safe. But a little bit too safe there. Just one wall bang enough to get the defense down, and now they are on the back foot, having classics only, a little bit of shield obviously, but the sides of Hecaton now with the weapon.
Yeah, and look at this eco strat, the 5-man push into the showers. It's a common thing here, and I wonder if Hour makes the call to run through the TP. You can see Thompson just walking around, and it's going to be Darkness, the IGL, to find the opening frag there onto Thompson. Profi there. Trying to find him it. Profi just getting pushed off the angle. The TP call has been made, and it's Profi not able to find the kill. Darkness on the IGL, on the sky as well, just finding so much impact, and this is what you love to see. An IGL that is not scared to get his hands mucky.
Definitely in that sense. Now their retake has to come into the B side. Obviously weaponry not really on their side, but on the other hand they have the man advantage. 5v3 situation. You gotta win this out, especially considering one of your goats, Darkness, has a Vandal in hand. He misses some of the shots, but he gets 3k in the end. He is on that ace watch, but now QB gets the kill in the end. Now it's only Ansem. Oh my goodness gracious! Where did that come from? The ace out of nowhere! And somehow he wins it out for his team. Asher, the hero in need, and he gets the kill. What is that? It's round 3. You can't do it so early. Give us some time, man.
Already the timeout is being called out. It's going to be a timeout for Mezaban. And I'm already going to say this now. The timeout is needed. How does he get that 1v5 clutch to take them to the early lead here? What a round from Asher, the lurk onto the B, to take the space and then to clutch the round. It is all cinema. And I said early on, just before the game, that I don't think we will see anything to top what we saw in Luminance. But already, somehow, some way, we have seen something that has maybe succeeded the 1v5 clutch ace we saw from Zowie. This is absolutely insane. Bow down to this team. Bow down to Asher as he is just thriving away. And you couldn't say it was an eco ace because it was a full buy versus full buy round. And it's unlucky from Mezapic, but it's amazing from Trident.
Remember, Hecaton was losing that round. They lost 2 people early in the beginning towards 8 in that default, having to have a 3v5 situation towards B, that retake coming in a little bit too fast, everyone going down, Asher only one alive, and it just went so fast. It's round 3, man. It's not supposed to happen in round 3. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and we're seeing the 4-man hold on to this A side. It's all going to be up to our, I think it's not our. It's all up to the Viper though on that B site, and we're loving this. I'm loving this default. 3 towards Shower, 2 towards B long. It's very spread, sort of far apart on the map, but it's all about taking that space and working the map, finding out who's where. And I just wonder, oh, Danny rotating away, so the TP from... I love this, though. The Yoru there onto Showers, help Fade take the orb, get the sort of Showers control, and then TP to where the bomb is, and we might now sort of see that flood in. But look at this from Acted. He finds the kill, and never mind, it's QB to get the kill. It's just the crosshair placement that it does not allow him to get the kill, and...
Yeah, on the other hand, though...
Karu finding one, gets traded out immediately.
Alone.
Oh my god, but look at this from Asher. The lurk timing, he's able to find the TP call. Oh my god, the fake to the B to force the rotate back to the A, and Asher, I wonder how many will he find in this position? Not able to find any.
Oh, no one in the end because darkness.
Darkness.
He's just ready for it.
Absolutely. It's all up to the controllers of our and to Thompson, I mean. The spray's in, and our no, never mind, it's Thompson to be caught off guard, and our to be traded out. Oliver with the judge finds the kill, and we are 2-2. It's a great round from Metizport Hecaton, though. I wonder if that overextension there from Asher was really needed. 3v4 situation, it's possible to hold. You have to fade out there to sort of deny a fast flood in. So I think they could have played that round a little bit differently, but it's fine. It's one round, and I mean, it's a defender side of the map. So if you can get as many rounds as you can on attack, you definitely come back on this defense half.
I think they should have given Asher a little bit more time before they TP'd, because once they TP'd, that was the call that, okay, somebody could have been through that A side. No way they're rotating so fast if they have no information, right? So Asher... I think it was the correct play in his sense, but for the others, a little bit too fast maybe on the call towards that A side.
It's a firing squad there onto the B long. I like the flashes through the teleporters to help his team take exterior control of that Showers, but then you peek out by yourself. You don't have a flash to pop swing with, so you're there just as a sitting duck, and then there's going to be the firing squad. Oh, hold up. Karu almost finding the kill there, putting Thompson down to that 1 HP, and the rotate call here from Hour to take the B site, clear Hooker, clear the site, and try take it with brute force. They have the advantage with the manpower.
Who's next?
But Yorok coming in, Profi is able to clear the site. It's Oliver to find the spray kills into Hooker. Asher giving the info. The ult is used, and the push into elbow might happen. Smokes off the flash, the timing!
Until elbow does happen.
Oh!
But it's going to be Kaoru getting the kill in the end. Viper advantage now found for the defense side. Though the spike is down, so time is now of the essence. Obviously, the HP is not looking too good for either side. Thompson just with 1 HP left from the beginning till now. Oh, he gets down there. The Phantom doing enough to spray down. And now information being found. Asher gets 2 though. The GOAT of this round so far gets the 3rd. Doesn't get the 4K. No error. Steals his 4K in the end, but it's going to be the 3rd round found nevertheless. And we do have to say, even though it's a defense-sided map, Hecaton is doing so well right now on the attack.
You could say Hour is basically Boaster. The way the calls he's making is remarkable. The way he's reading his opponents right now phenomenally. He's able to take the site with ease. He's able to throw these these fakes out of his back pocket. It's just these post plants where he's losing out. And that's what they got to work on. Their early to mid game is phenomenal, and it's probably the better out of the 2 teams here.
Definitely, at least for now. Obviously, we do expect this game to not be over yet. It's just 5 rounds been done. 6th round starting now. And again, the A side being pushed from 2 sides, but the A side is also the advantage, or rather the heavier side for the sides of Metizport. The peak now is coming in, and Profi, yep, he goes down. Conversion paths being used. And the Sheriff getting the kill in the end. And look at that, by the way. Not too overzealous about the peak afterwards. Getting the first kill, that's enough for them for now. As QB holds and gets 1, but being able to be traded out by Ahmed. 3v4 situation still advantage for the sides of Metizport. But the weaponry is not being picked up, so that means there's still somewhat of an advantage for the sides of Hecaton, especially with the Omen now TPing, making the enemy team rotate once more on Metizport. Danny, at least, goes back, as well as Oliver. It's gonna be 2 at least. The A side only being held there by Darkness. But obviously, the side of Hecaton, they don't know that. They don't have that information. So now they're just gonna be slowly creeping into that A side, creeping into that B, trying to find some information. But nothing's been found yet, and maybe Darkness is able to pick up that weapon, which would be detrimental. And it could be that Hero Vandal towards that A side. No, it isn't actually, as Darkness goes down in the end. There's the ultimate being used. Orbital Strike. Just to delay a little bit more. 5 seconds left. You gotta go for that plant. And the plant does go down just with 1 second left. Yeah, it does go down, but it's a 3v3 situation. Advantage now back in the hands of Hecaton. Time is of the essence. Now, oh, what a timing, Oliver. You can't do that. Asher gets the kill in the end. A little bit luck on his side, but Oliver unlucky on this side as well. Ahmed with a position where he can't see both of them. I do not know if he saw both of them, though. He has his ultimate ready, though. Showstopper could be used. As Danny and Karo, they're pushing into Hookah, and it gets 1 kill there. Thompson. And last one left alive as the Showstopper misses, but then he gets the kill as well as Asher being able to trade him out in the end. An unwinnable situation for him in the end. But a 3k is being found nevertheless. 4th round being found for Hecaton.
Yeah, and oh my god, the whiff there from Ahmed with the raise, with the Showstopper. That is not ideal at all. But it happens. You know, it happens to the best of us. It was a beautiful Rosa out. And, welcome to Valorant, that's all you gotta say, but almost a successful retake there from Metizport there. Unlucky, but again, the post-plant hold from Trident, a little bit of a slower round, and I like that. The tempo switch, it was phenomenal, and it was a perfect timing, and we're hitting the B site, and who's alone? It's Karu alone on the B. The 4-man hold onto A was called, and it's just not the best read there from Darkness.
Yeah, really not. Maybe a little bit unlucky for his timing. Maybe he had a vision in mind, just not the correct one in that sense. Now the B side looking mighty empty for the sides of Hecaton, obviously. Weaponry not on the sides of Metizport. Peak coming out though. What is Profiappa doing? A little bit overzealous maybe. And now Kyoru, he has that weapon, he has that Vandal, but the rest of the team obviously doesn't. So you gotta see, you gotta look at what is able, or rather what this team is able to do with the weaponry in hand. Heals coming in as well. That's going to be a little bit of value for the Sky. Darkness. Obviously a pick that you see on Bind fairly often. As the Nightfall comes in. Counter Nightfall as well. 2 ultimates being used here at least. And now the push-in comes in, but it's Thompson getting 2 kills there. Spraying it down. Danny gets a trade. A 3v3 situation still ever. Makes it not even close. 2 going down. It's just going to be Koro left, and he gets 1, but not too much as Asher shuts him down. The 5th round is being found, and already a little bit of momentum is in the hands of Hecaton.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is interesting to say. This is really, really interesting here. Just because of the fact that, like, I don't know. Like, the eco, the early kill there from Karu, unable to then convert into the win. I mean, it happens. The ult usage there, the floods in. It's just that, I don't know. Because obviously I didn't able to see the push out from CT. I want to say they swung together, but it could have been that they didn't. And maybe that's why Thompson got 2 and then got traded out by the 3rd. But another thing I'm noticing here from Metizport is they're really not rotating quickly. Like, when you hit the plant, it's like insta-rotate, maybe leave 1 on A. But no, they wait until the bomb's been fully planted, and it can work, but sometimes it can't.
Yeah, at the same time, Metizport also not really sure if they go for retakes or hold the side for this round. They're definitely going for the retake, but the rounds before that, it looked mighty weird as Ahmed gets it first blood. Kyobi going down. That's going to be the entry going down as well. Viper Spit being used. A lot of advantage now in the hands of Hecaton once more, but look at Darkness. He's coming from behind. Profiappa, did he see him? Looks like it, but Darkness is a little bit quicker on that trigger. Now, information is trying to be found as Ahmed gets another one. That's going to be the other Viper going down. So no counter Viper split being used. Thompson gets one more. Darkness going down. That's going to be the flank. And it's looking very unlikely to be one as Oliver goes down as well. It's Danny left in a 1v4. Not really a situation where you want to be in, especially with the time going down. Actually, there's no time left anyway. So the 6th round is being found. We're going to have at least an even half as Eva gets him down as well. It's looking so rough now for the side of Metizport.
Now, the one thing you gotta, if you want Metizport, you gotta make the call of, do we time out again? That's 2 timeouts in 1 half, but, I mean, when you're on the more favourable side and they're down this much, I just wonder, you know, I have seen upsets, I've seen people prefer the attacker side and bind, it's not an unusual thing, but when I'm looking at the comp here, I'm definitely seeing how, you know, Trident's comp, the double duelist, is going to be really good for both sides, because you have the Yoru who can go from A to B, like, so quickly. So quickly, and I just wonder, maybe it's a little bit more of an issue, because they've only got the Waylay for Metizport, that they can't go rotating like the you know, a click of their fingers.
Yeah. Also, we did see a lot of Omen value actually there with the Paranoia coming in as well. Oh, goodness gracious. That's going to be a dead Viper on the backside, especially with Ahmed now jumping onto that box. First blood is being found. Obviously, weaponry, not really the best for Metizport, but you don't expect that kind of execution coming in. You don't expect that kind of execution coming in from a potential Diamond to Immortal team as well. So that was awesome to see for the size of Hecaton. That's actually like huge respect for them for going for such a you know, thought through execution. You know, you might think it looked kind of simple. It just was a molly, maybe here and there a suck as well, but it is much harder to do than it looks like. And obviously, there's no retake being happening right now for Metizport. They're going to try to get some exit kills, maybe even die to the spike in that sense, but definitely some exit kills at least.
Yeah, no, not even exit kills, because everyone's going towards that B long, and they're just going to try die to the bomb here. I mean, it's not a bad strategy when you literally, you know, you don't want to give the ult orbs, and yeah, running into the spike they shall go. Something that you don't actually see from a lot of Diamond to Ascendant teams. You see it definitely in my Radiant, but I mean, they could have played it a little bit aggressive. 4-man, maybe try get 1 or 2 kills, then die to bomb, but I mean, you don't want to give up the ult orbs. It's understandable, especially when, you know, you've got the showstop, you've got the fade ult, you've got the Yoru ult, you've got the Viper ult. 4 massive ults that you could say are win cons in their own respect. So I do understand why they are not giving the ult orbs, and we're seeing what they did on the pistol of this really aggressive towards the A, and it's Kaibu and Danny to hold down Showers. I just wonder, will Kaibu be able to yeah, not Kaibi, to able to try and find kill shooting the Yoru clone. Ahmed coming in. Few tags onto him, left onto half HP, and there was a few tags there towards Danny, and Oliver almost caught. The sprays through the smoke, not finding any connections as of yet. They're just trading, and it's Danny to find the kill. Onto the planter. Thompson getting the trades. Kaibu finding one. He's able to find another. Dung is finding a 1-up for himself. It's all up to the Omen player. Thompson, 150 health. Does he know? He does know about Danny behind him. There's 2 onto the A. He has the bomb. He hasn't seen Viper, but he's still going to try and commit, and it's going to be shot. The push is there, but no. Down goes Darkness. 1v1 situation. He's going to rotate to the B. He has enough time to rotate back. He doesn't have to commit to the B. And it's Karu to wait for the push
situation there. From the Shadows obviously being used, but somehow Darkness not ready for him to be cancelled out, even though it was Karu who cancelled the From the Shadows by Thompson. Now, a 1v2 situation. It is winnable in one sense or another. 10 seconds left. Obviously, he has to go for that plant now. Both of the players, QB and Karu, they are ready for the retake, but they are playing together, and information is being found. Thompson not finding the Viper, not finding the Waylay. In the end, it's just too much for him to handle. The 3rd round is being found. Metizport, a little bit of a lifeline, but it looked really weird in one sense or another. Darkness just not ready for the From the Shadows being cancelled. That's odd, to say the least. That's just odd.
And, I mean, one thing you could have done, you could have hit, wait for his Omen ult to fully finish. He's going to insta-plant because he thinks B's free. And then you just swing and you get the kill. And the timeout is going to happen. And I do believe it is a Trident timeout. So, what do you think they'll be talking about? They have lost a... You know what? It was a close round. I do think, you know, if Thompson had a little bit more health, he could have maybe clutched the round up. I do see that happening in an alternative universe, but obviously that did not happen. So what do you think they're going to be talking about in this timeout?
It's actually a Metizport timeout, I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
As Talk is their... Yeah, I think Talk is their... what's it called? Their coach. What's it called? It's a crazy sentence there. I do think, though, yeah, that round was rough for both sides in one sense or another. Yeah, Metizport in the end kind of was sloppy, but they did win the round. At the same sense, though, yeah, Hecaton for the first time, the execution not really working out. Kind of went into or ran into a brick wall there. I think they would just say, you know what, just do whatever you guys are doing right now, but stick more together as it's looking, or rather the last round looked somewhat sloppy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can fully agree there. It did look a little bit messy. But you know what? That's what we expected. We did say that we do expect some messy rounds, and we're seeing the Viper orb line up here from Garu. Can he get it done perfectly this time? Has to wait for the barrier to go down. So. There is a different orb that I know of that means that you can throw it right the side of the round, but Garu might be flooded down to 14 HP. The Viper's Pit is being used into Hooker to take full Hooker control, but you do see Awa and you do see Asher. They're both trying to fight this. They're both trying to take control, and are they able to find the kill onto Profi? It's actually Profi. He does get the kill.
What is going on?
It's Awa to get the kill, not Profi. Oh my. Darkness.
Yeah, Profi did use that dimensional drift there, but somehow they didn't find that Viper. Now Thompson going down in the hands of Darkness. Still in the middle of sight. He gets the third K and does he get another one? No, Asher. A little bit faster, even though the ultimate was being used. In the end, it's now going to be a 2v2 situation, all in the hands of Darkness, making this possible, because it did not look likely at all. Oh my goodness, sloppy aim, Elva and QB. Somehow both of them still alive, 1 HP left, and Asher shuts him down. The 8th round is being found, advantage back in the hands of the sides of Hecaton. And now there's no momentum being built up for Metizport. There's no way you could win this game. At least that's what is in the minds of Hecaton, I'm pretty sure.
I think, you know what, I'm going to be that guy. I do think we might see an important comeback here from Metizport. I do think they'll do it. The way they're playing isn't bad. It's just there are a few little weaknesses that we're seeing Trident just really take full control of. Look at this again. It's the 3-man push into showers. We're taking all of short. You know what? I see this working. Try and flank behind them. They have no flank watch. It could bloody work.
It really could, especially considering that the A side is being pushed, yeah, but still 2 mids, or rather 2 side smokes are being used, meaning that they are not ready to take that back side, meaning they don't want to go for more. Instead, they want to fight them head on, and head on they do. QB gets one. Ahmed gets the trade in the end. It's going to be advantage in the hands of the Tridents. Poseidon might be happy about that. For now, at least when it comes to that retake. What is going on? We're not finding that Kyoru from behind as Yapper gets the trade in the end. A little bit of a sloppy spray as Ahmed gets down Darkness. A 1v3 situation. Oliver left alive against 3. And it seems like the Tridents win this round once more. 9-3 half as Yapper gets him down. They're all so scared of 9-3 half. But in this sense, I don't see how Metizport is going to win this out, especially now on the attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is time for the half-time. So we shall pause this timer, give these guys a 2-minute break, and we shall be back. What a first half that was from the... I think we are doing half-time anyway. Could you pause the timer for me? But timer will be paused. We will be back for half-time. It's a 2-minute little break. And... the winners, the people that win first half, Trident are now the defense, and what a first half that was from them. Really lovely, jubbly stuff. And we shall be back, but stay in your seats.
And hello everyone and welcome back to the Radiance Angels. We are back into this map pick. We're still Bind. It's the second half of Bind now. Metizport in their backseat going into this half with 3 rounds in their backs. Now on the attacker side. On the other hand, Hecaton Trident looking mighty fine on that, or rather on what was the attacker side. Now going into the defense. 9 in, not in a row, but 9 rounds in the back for now. Going into this half. Obviously, the Omen as a pick. Maybe not the greatest for defense, but let's see if it works out. Obviously, good for retakes, and that is what this map is not basically about, but, you know, obviously, statistically seen, this is one of the best maps where you want to play heavy retake. As we go live into this pistol round, the second pistol round of this map, and obviously the last pistol round of this map, going in for Metizport as Profi Yepper was the early aggression from B long, being shut down immediately, and now the A side is being a little bit aggressed. And the question is, does Thompson get the kill? Yes, he does. A 4v4 situation now, as the advantage is now back in the hands of Hecaton, in my opinion at least, especially with that space being taken by the Omen. Thompson already through, already looking for a little bit of a flank, and you know, depending on how long they need for the TP, it looks good, and they do TP in the end. The timing is actually in the hands of Metizport in the end, as Thompson still flanking, but has to go back. So time, not in his hands. The question is Oliver ready for him to be here? And it seems like they are. One unlucky situation there for Thompson, looking at the wall, smoking obviously. Not a cigarette, smoking the map. But Oliver getting the kill in the end, a 4v3 situation. And now back in the hands of Metizport, as the sides of the Tridents are walking to that B side, so it seems like we're gonna have a little bit of a brawl here.
Yeah, and one thing I didn't expect is, I don't know why Danny didn't take a little bit more of that space. Hour goes down to QB. It's all up to Asher and Ahmed. What can they do? Asher through the wall. Down goes him. Ahmed finding 2 of his own. 1v2 situation. Can he find 1? He gets the kill onto Oliver. 1v1. Wait. Can he do what Darkness did on the pistol round? It's him versus Danny. Danny's all the way here in the CT space, and Ahmed doesn't know, but now he does, and he gets the kill. It's a 1v4. 4K clutch, and what a pistol round. He did exactly what Darkness did. He gets the bomb. 16.3 on the clock, and what an absolute round that was there from Ahmed. They just keep steamrolling through. The score is 10-3. They have the full buy. Surely this map is over in the next few rounds.
Well, now it's definitely GG's go next, because that is what we call in the scene as a backbreaker. Ahmed winning it out in the end. There's no way you should win that out, but he does in the end. Metizport fumbling left, right, and center. Looks really sloppy in that sense, but obviously, I think in their mind, they given up on this map, which it is understandable. It looked so rough there.
Yeah, and we're seeing aggression down towards the B long space, and I mean, it's good to take this early space. You know, it definitely tells you, yeah, these guys aren't B. Let's try and hold A. But where was the Euro TP? That Euro TP should have been straight to the A tower, and no one's actually looking towards the sewer space here. Ahmed gonna drop down. He's gonna look towards not sewer but showers. That's what I meant. Outlaw in hand. It's going to find a lot of good impact. The Sky Flash, though, never mind. It's going to knock him off the angle. He finds 1. He finds 2.
He gets 2 nonetheless.
It's Damson to find another. Carrot down to 1 HP. He's going to try and right click, but it's Damson to find the kill. It's all up to Oliver. The Brim play, he finds 1, but he's going to get traded out by Ava. It's 11-3 already early on, and oh my god, I mean, yeah, I think it is definitely GG's go next. I mean, Bind, it's one of those maps where if you have little to no prep and you're going up against a team that pick this as their first map, yeah, you are absolutely done for, to say the least. And I believe, from what I'm seeing from Metizport, I think this is their second round map ban. So I think if this wasn't picked, they would have banned it. But unfortunately, it was picked, and it's not going their way whatsoever. It's been completely one-sided, you could say. And it will be Ahmed to be shot off the angle. The push down in towards Fountain. Hour ready to peek out with his team. A Stinger in hands. QB. No, it's not a Stinger. It's a Bulldog. And it's QB and Darkness to find two. Darkness to go down. And what's the call here? Is it still to progress up towards this space? Profi ready to swing out. He will find one. And it's now 3 apiece. With the call to maybe rotate back to the A, because look at Thompson, I mean, he doesn't know about Kara in his back line. And you can see Profi just re-clearing that space. The TP, the fake. Oh, does Danny know? Does Danny know? Yes, he does. He gets the kill onto Thompson. They have the A site for free. And are they going to make the mistake of overextending a little bit too much? Hopefully not. And they do not. They just get the bomb down. Then they play for the crossfires, hopefully, anyway. Oh my god. Does he have lineups? I swear to god, if he has lineups, I don't think he does. He's just watching the flank.
Yeah, I think they're just playing normal post plans, hopefully. No one over peaking, just taking their time, obviously. Taking some angles. Whatever happens, happens. Profi, though. Yes, a Phantom in hand. That's going to be a weapon that can do a lot of damage. But time is of the essence. Ahmed is on main. He's got to watch out for one. He gets the first one. Profi gets the second there. Now it's only one alive, Oliver. But it gets the spike diffuser down. The molly comes out as well. That's going to be a round win, especially in the hands of Oliver there. Yeah, well done by him. But a lot of damage being done. And money is now really not looking good. But they are able to actually force up a little bit. And obviously they have to force up, considering the scoreline, into this next round. Talking about scoreline, by the way, the anti-eco there by the sides of, or rather the bonus round by the sides of the Trident players towards B. That was a nice play, considering obviously they knew weaponry was not on their side. The other team is going to have those Phantoms. They're walking up B long together. They're just taking the risk, right? You can take risk when you're on the lesser buy, and that looked good. You can honestly feel the confidence for the sides of Hecaton. Yeah, absolutely, and I like this. You know, when you have the worst guns, you really have to play as a unit rather than individual. And the peak to break the dog almost getting himself eliminated there. Unfortunately, there Oliver just not aiming there for the head, and the progression still towards the B side is happening. And look at Karu. The timings Karu could maybe find. He hears Thompson throwing his knife around. And the timing. Oh, the timing. Keep making noise. You find the kill, the A site's open, and the TP will be met. 55 seconds on the clock, and now they do TP, but the rotate's already happening earlier from Metizport. Oh, not from Metizport, from Trident. So Trident will meet them here on the A, so it'll be a 4v5 brawl, all for the A site. Showstopper Ahmed does have. That could be used to create space and also to find some lovely frags. The flash out the smoke, ready to retake the site. Yeah, Showstopper being used, a double satchel in. Sky Flash going to delay a few things. It finds one, 4v4 situation now. Has to use this quite smartly, and the Hellfire being found, clarified in one, but oh my lord! What's just happened? It's a massacre, looking like a screen, like it's looking like a scenario from Dexter, to be honest. There just too much to handle for the sides of Hecaton. Obviously the Arbiter Strike being used, some ultimates going down, but it's worth it in the end as you win this round out. The 5th round is being found a little bit of a life sign back in the hands of Metizport. The first time they get 2 rounds in a row, which you know, it's heartbreaking to say, but that is just the fact. But you know, it's a lifeline nonetheless. So Metizport, they still have a chance here in this map, but it's not looking too good. Yeah, no, and I mean, what a round there from Metizport. I mean, they are finding stuff. I mean, Gary finding the early kill there. Maybe it's just the attackers find a little bit more ground here, but they don't know Ahmed's there. Ahmed only able to find one, but when you're on that eco buy, it is still good. 1 kill's better than none, and look at this. Oh my god, the way layout ready to be popped. Surely you know they're on an eco, and surely you know not to waste it. The firing squad there in showers. The free over to the A. 3v4 situation. And I thought he was about to peek out, but no.
Oh, Darkness might find one here. Darkness might find one. Never mind this. Oh, I love that. That is beautiful from Asher. Using the util rather than your eyesight. I know a lot of Diamond players that would have just swung out the smoke, but Asher does not. Asher's just smarter. But the B is open and they don't know about the rotate, so surely this could be another round win here for Metizport.
Yeah, don't mind you about that B side. It is completely empty in one sense, but Asher did get a weapon in the end, re-pushing after another dog coming out. Obviously now information is being found, a 3-4 situation. Look at what just happened there. Somehow Darkness did get one. I really expected Thompson to just get the kill there, but in the end, you know, it's going to be a fair trade, a 1v1 trade. You know, 2v3 situation as Awa is already into that B side, but behind him already one waiting. Caro, does he get the kill in the end? What is that spray down, my lord? Goodness, no! Oh god, now he has to reload his weapon. QB gets this kill on Asher, now it's 1v2 situation, and Awa doesn't get it in the end, but ay, Dios mío, that's sloppy.
The knife kill there was not needed, but a highlight for the TikTok, that shall be. You know what? Fair play there to Awa. I respect it. You know, it's just made me giggle a lot. Not a bad eco there for Trident. Able to find a few kills, able to, you know, mess with Metizport Academy just like eco a little bit, but now we're gonna sort of see. Why is Thompson just sat in the spawn? I have no idea. Okay, there we go. He is alive.
No,
just
he's
gotta,
back.
yeah,
He's back.
This is what we saw on their bonus round. The push down to long, take the space, wait for the fade. I love this. Again, it's just beautiful. These guys have a strat book and they're using it to their full advantage, and it is working phenomenally. It is working so well. Like, yes, they've lost a few rounds, but you know what? They're still, you know, it's just the way they're adapting, and I'm hoping Awa might find the kill there on to Danny, but maybe not. Thompson. It's all quiet here on the A site. Not a peep has been made. Not a util has been thrown. But they are getting ready. Look at QB there. Holding the whaley. Holding the swings and the shots. Paint shells being thrown. Not finding any sort of connections whatsoever. But look at Danny. Look at Danny, the timing there. He knows about Awa. They know about the flank. The ult being used and the entries, but the overblind to delay everything. That's what we love to see, and Awa might be able to find the timing.
Yeah, beautiful paranoia there by the Omen. The conversion path not finding anything in the end. Now the heal's coming in, but the time is so of the essence. Mind you, there's no space for the sides of Hecaton. Oh, sorry, for Metizport. Hecaton have them in a box. They know what's happening as Ahmed and Yappa gets 2 kills. Thompson gets 1 as well. Danny now finally awake as Awa gets a trade once more. It's going to be a 1v3 situation. Nothing to be able to be done. It's going to be match point now. Map point at least for the sides of Hecaton Trident. And I do have to say, why are you playing that slow if without a default? What is going on? That is not... Metizport is... Nah, I'm not convinced. I'm not trying to hate, but I'm not convinced by the way Metizport is playing this entire half as of now. Even though they won almost as much, or rather as much as they won in this first half. But yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing, is what I'm saying. I just don't like what I'm seeing.
They're trying to do a Fnatic without defaulting. It's not the smartest play. I mean, if they played a little bit faster, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think what stopped them from that whole thing was Thompson's this side. That is what really just affected it. And Darkness finding the flick onto Profi, but the kills there, the advantage is all gone straight towards the people on match point. The Trident team, they're pushing though. They're ready to go in, but the pushback, I love this. You know what? They don't need to fight to deny them from picking up the spike. I mean, they have the advantage. They have all of the A space as well. And this Viper Orb is just going to stop them from the pushing down to long. It's going to allow them to hold. And they have no flashes to go through. And that's the problem that I would say. And Asher finding one. Karub trying to spray through. It's out to find another. Kobe finding, almost finding 2 there. But it does go map 1, 2, Hecaton Trident. What a map that was, and what a beautiful, beautiful sort of showing of their Valorant gameplay. I was quite impressed with how they put out some of those rounds. That was a little bit interesting, if I do say so myself. I found that quite interesting. Joseph, sort of, what do you think, you know, what gave them the success that allowed them to win 6-13?
Well, entertaining, interesting. That is the two words that are in my mind. Obviously, Hecaton, you know, you gotta congrat them because the playbook was honestly on point, especially on that on the attack. It looked really well played out by the sides of the Hecaton Tridents. On the other hand, Metizport, the later the rounds went, the worse it seemed. Like they were trying to play the Fnatic, mind you, not even Fnatic is trying to play the Fnatic right now. Playing slow, I understand one sense, but you gotta have a default if you want to play slow. You give up so much information in the early beginnings and just think, you know what, we can execute later. It's gonna work out fine. It doesn't work out fine. You gotta, instead of executing into 3 people or 2 people, if you do it immediately, you execute against 5 people because the rest of the team is already there or rotating over or lurking. I hope Metizport have a different way to play the next map. I sincerely hope so. Otherwise, I feel like Haven is going into the hands of Hecaton Trident once more.
Yeah.
But until then, I think we're going into a little bit of a break, don't we?
Yeah, a nice little short 2-minute break is what we shall go into. And all I'm going to say before we go into the break is what I'm at from both teams. Trident do take a dominant victory. I mean, 13-6. They dominate the first half while being on attack, and then they were able to, yes, they lost a few iffy rounds, but the rounds they won, they won by pure dominance, and it was just a great showing. Great stuff to Our, great stuff to the Trident team, and a 2-minute break we shall go into. We will see you in, well, 2 minutes. Goodbye. Welcome back then, everybody. We are done with the break and we are almost ready to go into map number 2, the Metizport. I'm full. My brain's fried, but we are going to go to Haven for Metizport map pick, and I'm hoping that they can bounce back. You know, Bind was not a strong map for them, 13-6, losing by 7 rounds. Yes, they had a few decent rounds, but I do think some of the rounds that they won were just because of Trident's, you know, a little bit of sloppiness. but we should be getting ready to go on in very, very soon. Just, yeah, this is going to be an interesting map, though. All I'm going to say is it's a very defaulty map. So, you know, Metizport not defaulting as much as we would have liked on Bind. I wonder why they're picking Haven, being so it is literally the most defaulty map, with it being 3 sides on the attack side. You know, I'm hoping we can see a little bit of a light in a dark tunnel, you could say, for Metizport.
Yeah, definitely in that sense. They do have a new player in this game, especially with who was leaving again? Kaoru was leaving, I think? Yeah. Kaoru was standing in for that Bind map, considering that he was a stand-in and considering Metizport didn't have their full 5. He did well enough there. Obviously, map loss nonetheless. Now into this map of Haven, Ice Luna is going to be playing instead of Kaoru. And the question is, obviously, is Ice Luna going to play the Viper as well? Haven, obviously a map there where you can play the Viper. It's not a must like on Bind, in my opinion, but you know, it's still a possibility and it's still a good pick. Especially now with the new meta, obviously the decisiveness is one thing, right? But composition wise, it's the other thing. You know, you don't have to have the most default comp anymore, especially with this new meta. Everything kind of works out as long as you're comfortable with it. We see 100 Thieves playing with a Sage sometimes and whatever. It works out really well. We see other teams playing the Vito on almost every map. Vitality, for example, they did lose today, but still, you know, it works out. So I do expect both of these teams to come with completely different compositions, maybe even. Definitely not as similar as on Bind, as Bind is much more of a quote-unquote soft map. Obviously, gotta have that smoke. It's mostly Brim, but obviously we did see the Omen being played, and then the Viper. Then you gotta see one of the 3 duelists right now that are meta, right? Raze, or rather 4. We also have Neon, but you don't see Neon on Bind. You got the Raze, you got the Yoru, you got the Waylay. Haven's much more of a you know, it's a mixed bag. You can see everything. You can even see his chamber, which I would honestly like to see. But it's not a must. It's not a must. You don't have that must pick except for maybe an Omen.
Yeah, and that's what you got to love about Haven is the amount of different comps that we've seen over the course of this season, last season, any season really. Haven's one of those maps where, especially in recent times, we've seen a lot of mix-ups, you know, with their, you know, oh my god, I can't use my words, but with Teo getting added as well, I think we could see a Teo. All right, you know, you don't always see him, you know, you kind of see him on Corrode, you kind of see him on Bind, but I do think Haven could be one of those maps where he could be used quite well. I mean, you know, his Sal voice, his guided missile, they're all really, really, really good. And then obviously his drone as well, really just to clear out the sewers and stuff like that. Sova is probably going to be one of those must picks, I would say. Him or Teo, one or the other. They both kind of do the same thing. Sova maybe does it a little bit better with his dart. I mean, the drone, for both of them, does the same thing. Both to clear the sewers. Duelist-wise, though, you said 4. I do really think we'll see a Neon. If we don't see a Neon and a Yoru or a Waylay and a Neon, I don't know. Neon, for me, on this map, because of her sprint and stuff, she can go from C to A, C to B, like the snap of her fingers, just like Yoru. And that's the most important thing. One thing we didn't see from Metizport is the quickness of the rotation on the defense. And, you know, when you're running that double duelist, you really can sort of over-rotate a little bit too much because you have the 2 duelists that can go from point A to point B so quick. So I do really think we should see a Neon and we should see a lovely Yoru. But we are getting ready to go on in to map number 2 of Haven. This is going to be an interesting map to say the least, and let's get right on into this agent select.
Yeah, going into this agent select, mind you, by the way, it is 1-0 for the Hecaton Trident. Obviously, this is a best of 3, meaning if they win this map out, we're not going into a map 3, is what I wanted to say. Instead, we are going home, is what we're doing. But you were talking about, or we were talking about, rather, the top 4 duelists being played. Neon, right now, being hovered by both sides. Ahmed, obviously the duelist for the sides of Hecaton Trident. He is on that Neon runner now. He's hovering it. He's not really picking it for now. QB on the other Neon. We're seeing a Vito being hovered by Oliver and a Sage being hovered by Ice Luna. It seems like they are either watching the stream or they're just trolling us. In the other hand, though, Okay, maybe they're trolling us a little bit. QB now in the Phoenix. Obviously, we did see the Phoenix being played by Durka today. If you watch it, there are gonna be 3 sages now. Okay, something is happening. They are surely trolling as the sides of Hecaton Trident are picking their characters. It's gonna be Neon being picked, the Sova, obviously one of the must picks. The Omen, obviously the other must pick. Profi Yappa back on the Euro once more, especially after that bind map back on that Euro. Something we kind of expected. Ava is hovering that Cypher, one of the nerfed characters this season, one of the lesser played characters, obviously still have some value. Nats played, for example, probably the best Cypher we have in the entire world. On the other hand, okay, the sides of Metizport, they have finally picked their characters. Darkness is on the Omen this time, not on the Sky. Instead, Danny is on the Sky, Oliver on the Sova. Double Initiator on their team. They have the Viper, no Sentinel. So we have a Viper comp against a no Viper comp, double Duelist against double Initiator, double Smokes. Yeah, something you see. I would consider both of them being pretty meta in one sense or another. You don't have that 1-1 meta composition, obviously. Nothing too special. I do love to see 2 Neons, though. It's going to be a fast-paced game as far as the composition tells us. Obviously, it's not a must, but I surely hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did mention that. I mentioned the Neon, and she is just so overpowered on this map. The way that she can just carve her way through the sights, the movement aspect as well. Like, I think we're going to see some quite interesting things from both of these teams, and I'm very much excited to see what we are going to, what this map is going to have in intel for us.
Intel for us indeed. As we go into the first round, we'll finally live the pistol round of Haven starting now. It's going to be a slow round from both teams as of now. A little bit of information to be found on the A side, but now the C side is being taken by the sides of Metizport. Awa, only person on the backsides. QB gets the entry, gets 2 actually. Yappa going down as well. 3v5 situation, advantage now in the hands of them. Metizport, this is their round to lose for now. As the retake is coming in slowly, Thompson gets 1, makes it a little bit closer now. The Omen is still pushing up for more. A little bit odd for my explanation as Ice Luna is coming from behind. Finds some information, gets Asher down as Ahmed gets 1 on Oliver. Now a 2v3 situation, but the HP is looking so low. Darkness still has 50. That's going to be 2 shots at least. Ahmed! Thompson gets the kill in the end as Darkness goes down a little bit overzealous maybe with the peaks. The smokes is good. The defuse is coming in. Ahmed gets the kill. QB, Ice Luna left in 1v2. No, what are you doing? It's a fumble once more. And Metizport, they're starting on the back foot once again. As Hecaton Trident, they did well there. But honestly, that shouldn't have happened.
What an absolute round from Hecaton Trident. That retake was phenomenal. Finding the kills, Ice Luna getting the lurk kill, and just not able to regroup with the team and the whiffs there. I don't know what Darkness was doing there, unfortunate, but oh my lord, what an absolute first round there. It's like a repeat of what we saw round number 2 in Haven for Hecaton Trident. They were just able to, despite an Ahmed finding the early kill there onto Danny. But this is what we love to see. I'm just loving this from Hecaton Trident, the confidence that they have, and Ahmed finding another kill. And they're running double Outlaw. They're running double Outlaw. Both Profi and Ahmed have the Outlaw. This is phenomenal. And look at this. Look at this from the IGL, the Sentinel player. He has to run. The timings, though. He finds 1. He finds another. He finds the 3 to close out round number 2. And this is already a repeat of what we saw from the bind game. This is amazing to see from Hecaton Trident.
Yeah, not only, you know, the same kind of pace, the same kind of gameplay from the sides of Hecaton. Also, unfortunately enough, in my opinion, the same gameplay from Metizport. Again, playing slowly. Obviously, weaponry not on their side, and they did lose the Sky immediately with that outlaw in the hands of of Ahmed. But still, once one person goes down, you slow it down, you're not defaulting, so that means you're giving up space C, B, and Garage, as Ahmed gets at first contact, but no damage being done except on himself. Still, the flank is going in so fast. You saw the Cypher being, you know, behind the lines already. which kind of gave the rest of the team, a reason to just rotate over, and it works out in the end. It is a weird game plan in one sense. It's just a little bit too slow considering they didn't default. Now they're defaulting, and again, they're playing slow, but it works out this time. Viper is looking towards C and Garage, and the Omen is looking towards me. That is what you want to see when you're playing slow.
Yeah. I mean, we can just see Asher just throwing the shock darts down into the sewer. Able to find some tags. QB down to the half health, and we're seeing the leaving from A, and look at this from Ice Luna. Finding the kill onto Our going down. Ice Luna down to put a half HP. And I mean, already this is looking quite strong from Metizport. But look at this lurking from the IGL Darkness. Ready to find a timing. I just wonder, hold the phone. They're checking him out. This might be bad if they turn the corner. Thompson, he's right there to your left. This is the timing that he might be able to find Darkness. If you start running now, you'll find one. You might find two. Ahmed dropping, finding the Bulldog. And you do know about Oliver. Oliver goes down. And Isuna finding one. The trades are happening. And Darkness is going for the lurking. Gets the Omen blind. They turn around just in time. He finds the two. It's all up to Ahmed, who falls to the hands of Danny. It's a great round from Metizport. It's an absolute switch off the light. The way that they turn that round around, they're able to finally get a footing in this game. And yeah, we're 3 rounds in, but the first 2 rounds look very, very messy, and they just turn it around instantly.
Finally, a round that looks... I'll put it in quotations, that looks correct in a way that they played it. Metizport playing slow still, obviously not hating that, just the way they're playing slow, but this time they have 2 people, looking for space somewhere else. The Omen had that B main in lockdown. Obviously he didn't have B, but he had the B main lockdown as Profi. Yep, is already so close to that C side. He's pushing up and gets shut down. Darkness getting the kill. Again, advantage for the sides of Metizport. This is what we want to see. They're playing slow, getting the kill, not biting on that, not going for the C side immediately. Obviously, sometimes it's an entry, or rather, that is what we call as an entry, right? You get the kill, you run into the side. But this time, they're slowing it down, going somewhere else, trying to find another pick, maybe another space, free space, as they consider C to be now a rotation point for the enemy team. That is a well thought out play, but Ahmed actually gets one kill there on QB. That's going to be the entry down, but Denny gets the trade. 4v3 situation now. The sides of Metizport, again, still on the advantage. The question is, can they fight on Thompson? I mean, they have the information, and Doctors does get the kill in the end. Now a 2v4 situation. Sloppy for the sides of Hecaton Trident, and well done here for the sides of Metizport. B, Awa, alone, waiting. They're probably not going for this retake. It's considered a weird situation as Ice Luna actually goes down now. The door is open some way or another. They do not have the smokes for the spike though, meaning that once that one way goes up, which it went up now, it is going to be again much rougher now for the Hecaton Tridents as Awa gets one on Oliver. It is looking sloppy once more somehow, even though the round started off really well for the Metizport as Darkness gets his 3k, Paranoia still in hand in terms of the essence. Asher doesn't get the kill as Danny shuts him down. The second round is being found. Metizport did well enough to win this round out.
Yeah, absolutely. Great round there. Great post-plant hold. Yes, 2 full, but Danny there finding the final kill there onto Asher, and it was a beautiful sort of just post-plant there. That's what you love to see, and they're definitely turning this game around. Finally finding a footing, finally getting a considerable amount of rounds on the board. I wonder, will they be able to make it 4, or will they be able to go more than what they did on Bind in their first half? Starting on the attack, though, the more favorable side, I would say, on this map.
Yeah, definitely, considering you have 3 plant spots, meaning even a lurk could potentially be a side take. Just because you have 3 sides, that's normally very unusual for a tactical shooter, but obviously Valorant does that. Not only with Haven, but also with Lotus, for example, as Profi. Yap, a good flash, but doesn't get the kill in the end, and he does go back. That's some good discipline for his side. Obviously, the orb also gives him a little bit of chip damage, meaning that he has to be careful if he wants to go for that same play again. He does know that there's some information towards B now, and looking towards B, there are 3 people waiting. QB though gets the kill. Yapper going down, obviously only a classic in his hand. Ava, last person alive towards that B side, doesn't get a kill, doesn't even get damage as QB gets another one. The entry is doing well enough. 2 entries. That should be the spike going down, and yes, the spike does go down. The question is, can the sides of Hecaton Trident do some damage? Damage they can. but win, unlikely. But Darkness, actually, the first one going down, he doesn't realize that his own smoke goes down in that particular timing, as Danny being able to trade one out towards B main, though. That's not the same one. Asher gets a kill. Ahmed now, Ice Luna making it lots more closer, or rather less closer, as Ahmed is in a position where he could win it out. He does have his ultimate still. Hunter's Fury in the hands of Oliver. Also, I would not use it this time just because of the time being so low. 45 HP left in the hands of Ahmed. Shocked out, doing well. 17 HP left. Danny goes down, but Oliver swings out with the correct timing, and Ahmed, no winning chance. The third run is being found, and for the first time in this entire match, I guess, the sides of Metizport is in the driver's seat. They have the advantage, 3-2.
Yeah, man, it's these post plants that they're holding so well. That's 3 in a row where they've been able to hold. It's like a fortress, you could say. You know, taking the sites is a needly task, and I'm gonna give it to them. You know, Hecaton Trident, they are getting those kills. I mean, Ahmed finding 2, Asher finding 2 of his own as well. They are doing quite well on the retakes, but it's just closing the latter stages of the round, which they're not able to do. And we're seeing just this default that I love. Look at Ice Luna. The timing might be found. Profi with the op. And now the op's online. That's what you love to see. He's able to find the opening frag. The C is open for the taking. And we might see an Omen versus Omen. And it's Thompson with the shorty in hand. They're trying to find him. QB going hunting. Not QB. Or is it? Yes, it is. I just can't find him. The dinks onto Danny.
Oh,
Danny down to 10 HP. 5v3 situation. The bomb's not even planted yet. Danny with the flash. If you peek out, Thompson finding
QB
1.
goes down.
QB down. The ops, the kills. Thompson finding 1. Ahmed finding the final 1. And it's now 3 apiece. What a beautiful retake. Finding the 2 early frags there. Thompson and Profi. And then the closing, the latter stages. Just surrounding them, denying the plant. So no extra money. And I think that's going to be a timeout for Metizport.
Yeah, definitely a timeout for Metizport. And again, it is, you know, you got the indecisiveness again for the sides of Metizport, even though the last 2 rounds did, or started off at least, so well. Even the end game was played out in a way that you could say, yeah, that is enough to win the round. That is all you need. But this round, again, I feel like the biggest enemy from Metizport is not actually Hecaton Trident, which is weird to say. Yes, Hecaton Trident is playing amazingly, but I feel like the biggest enemy is their indecisiveness sometimes, especially in that round, going for that C side. Yes, they got the entry. Yes, they got the side. They could go for the plant, but then the overdrive got popped, right? The overdrive got popped, meaning they want to go for a little bit more. They want to go for more space. They want to go for more fights. Overdrive being popped. Obviously, they did see the Omen in Garage, but after that, they did nothing. They did nothing. Nobody was scaling up. Nobody really went for more. They decided, okay, we're going to play postman on C, even though I feel like the call in the beginning was, let's take more space after that. And obviously that gives the enemy team, in this sense, Hecaton Trident, time to recuperate themselves, regroup themselves, go for that retake together, and in the end it was a flawless. It was a flawless, perfectly played out, a retake you want to see every single day of the week. Just perfectly played in that sense, and now it seems like we have a tag pause as Darkness actually disconnected a little bit. That's unlucky, obviously. That's just a veteran thing. Nothing more that you can do. 3-3 is the scoreline right now. Technical pause after that timeout being used. That's fine. Normal stuff.
Yeah, and I'm actually really, you know, this game is already a night and day switch to what we saw in Bind. You know, I think, you know, it might be the fact that Ice Luna is here. Ice Luna is finding a lot of impact on these like timings. Not saying Caro was bad. Caro was holding the B down for his life, but Ice Luna coming in, finding so much impact and able to find a lot of these lurk kills, and it's working out quite well for them. I mean, you can see it that Ice Luna with the 4 kills. Yeah, it's only 4, but those are 4 lurk kills from what I've seen. Maybe 1 post-plant one, but it's working well. You know, I am loving this from Metizport, and back from the tech pause, we shall go, ready to go for round numero 7.
Number 7 indeed. The A side being fought by both sides now as Ice Luna gets the first blood onto Thompson. That's the smokes going down. Remember, that's the only smokes for the side itself. Hecaton Trident. Meaning, not even, you know, you don't have the Viper, you don't have that information, but Ahmed and AWOD, they're pushing up, getting 2. Darkness being able to shut AWOD down. It's gonna be util down as well. Cypher utility on that A side, completely shut down now. But Ahmed did so much damage, and he has this overdrive ready to go. A 3v3 situation. And again, time is of the essence. From the shadows being used here by Darkness, getting some information. The question is, do they know where he is? And it's looking like a fight towards spawn. Darkness gets the kill. And there's the From the Shadows getting its value. It seems like the A side is now being attacked, as they know that the rotation was coming from the A side, or rather from somewhere close there, which is only the A side. And, you know, Heaven is being taken as well. 2v3 situation, only the two duelists left alive. Profi, Yapper, Operator in hand. Not the greatest of weapons when it comes to a retake. Now, information has been found by Oliver as well. Sound has been made. Drone finds Profi Yapper. But Profi Yapper gets Oliver down now. A 2v2 situation. Very much winnable, especially considering right now they're playing two 1v1s. The clone unfortunately stuck in that corner. QB, first one to take contact. No, Ahmed and Profi Yapper getting the kills. And now it's looking like the 4th round. Now it's looking like Hecaton is back as Metizport lose this round out. The 4th round is being found, and the driver's seat is back for Hecaton Trident.
Yeah, beautiful round there. Great 3v2 retake. Just finding the crucial kills, finding the time, and the kill onto Oliver was substantial. QB unable to get the kill, and then I don't know what Thompson's looking at. Not Thompson. I don't know where Darkness is looking. I really think he should be looking towards stairwell, up towards tower, and try and get the kill, because I don't know. I think I heard a few steps on B when he was in spawn. But unfortunate round there for Metizport. I thought they were going to win that, but unfortunately they didn't. And a great round there from Hecaton Trident.
Yeah, not the best of ways to play that post plan, as now the sides of Hecaton are pushing towards C side, and they have the whole space. Now looking at B, it's looking like they are gonna have a fight towards B. Thompson has to TP out, and TP out he does. He gets a kill. Does they get a second? The Operator missing for now, but Thompson does a lot of damage, and Profi Yapper gets killed in the end. QB going down. A 3v5 situation. 5 ultimates now in the hands of Hecaton Trident. Obviously not going to use this in this round. It's still the advantage for them, as well as the weapon advantage as well. So no way they're going to use the ultimates, but that's going to be so much value for the next round, even when, or rather if and when, Metizport is going to buy up. It's still going to be advantage for the sides of... Oh my goodness, Asher gets the spray down, 2 kills. Somehow we missed that, but that is going to be completely fine, as the round was already over in one sense or another. Ice Luna left alive in 1v5. He doesn't get the kill even. Profi Yapper gets him down. Another flawless is being found. 5 rounds now, and it seems like Hecaton then not trying to go for map 3. They're just going to shut this down immediately.
Yeah, and it's a great round, a great luck there from Asher, finding 2 crucial kills. Well, I wouldn't say crucial, the round was over, it's an eco round, but, I mean, oh my lordy, this is just, I don't know, I feel like we're going back to what Bind was. You know, the timeout, I don't know what they were talking about in the timeout that happened, but Trident are just absolutely thriving now. They are in the element. It's like, I don't know, they're just absolutely cooking now.
Absolute cooking indeed. Now with the 5 ultimates, obviously this is their round to lose, meaning they are on the driver's seat once more, even though the round just started. But in one way or another, if you can get these ultimates to get well, then you can win this run out. But Thompson goes down, so that's going to be the From the Shadows, obviously now useless. It's going to be the Omen going down as well. The only smokes for the sides of Hecaton Trident. Very important in that sense. Awa has a good opportunity to get some kills, considering he has somewhat of a setup towards there. He gets kill on Darkness. The question is, does he use his ultimate? No. He gets out and he stays alive, and now both Omens are down. Considering now the attacker side had the advantage, this is not the best of situations for Metizport. Looking at the A side though, Ice Luna, sorry, has the A side. Not completely, has some information on the front side, doesn't know about backside. Obviously Ahmed is holding a little bit of an angle, but the Viper's Pit can be used, and then the A side is looking mighty fine.
Yeah, and
for the side of Metizport.
We're seeing the rotates happening as well, but there's 2 here ready. You've got Ahmed, and then you've also the plants happening, and the Viper's Pit's... Oh my god, this could be around. Not going to call it early, but I mean, Viper's Pit, it's hard to sort of play around it, but they do have the util. I believe they have the Your ult to just clear this area, and the Cypher ult, the 2 ults already being popped, or already seeing. They know where the Viper is. Hunter's Fury's happening, and not able to find a kill at all onto Ice Luna. Ice Luna might be able to actually lurk around. 30 HP and a Dream down to 9 HP with the Sova Shock Darts. Ahmed running in, not able to find the kill. QB finding one of his own. Profi Yap, but it's all up to you. Viper Pit's about to go down. 10 each, 10 bullets. Unable to find the kill. It's Danny to close out the round. Round number 9 it does go to Metizport. And what a round it was. What a hold it was. That Viper stayed alive. After all the util dumping, the Hunter's Fury, the Shock Darts, the two ults, the Cypher and the Yuri, it all happened and it just didn't work out. The ult usage was just not perfect, and that's great if you're Metizport, knowing that they wasted 3 ults and still lost the round. They are now up.
I think even if they use all 5, that Viper Spit was going to be trouble nonetheless. That A side, after the Viper got that lock in, obviously a little bit on a shutdown after that Viper Spit went down. But on the other hand, yes, the ultimate usage by the side was too good. It was a nice idea, the execution wasn't there, and now they have lost 3 ultimates, but they've gathered a little bit of strength as Ava actually gets the first blood on Darkness once more. That's the Omen going down. Too many Omens being first blooded left, right, and center for my liking. Obviously, big advantage now for the sides of Hecaton Trident, as Metizport, they do not have too many smokes to work off. And look at that A spot, by the way, from the Neon. Already so far up, meaning the rest of the team can rotate over to B and C. A side can be left almost completely empty, considering that even Omen is down. The only one who could really, you know, hide and go for maybe some smokes, go for some C smokes, and then run over to A, getting the shutdown on Neon. Now, obviously, Ahmed has the timing, gets the kill. And he does well enough actually to get out. He uses his wall and he runs out, he dashes out. Stun being used as well, and the question is, are they going to re-aggress towards A? No, they are not. Metizport instead going towards B, thinking that side might be a little bit more empty, but Thompson is waiting. As well as... And so, oh my goodness, as QB gets the first kill, gets a second one as well, but one goes down. Trade being happening, left, right, and center. Yapper gets one more. Oliver going down. Now the question is, can QB win this out? A 1v3 situation. But obviously, it is a situation that can be won. The 3k is being found. Does he get the 4k? Yes, he does. 1v1. But no, Awa shuts him down. And the 6th round is being found. And we're going to have at least an even half for the sides of Hecaton Trident. But what a nice try for QB.
Oh my lord, almost a second ace in the bag for the Neon Core Cup. What a cinema that would have been there from QB, clutching a 3v5 for his team. Oh, that would have been cinema. I would have been screaming my head off. But unfortunate hour finding the kill to close out the round, taking them to a 2-round lead. And I don't know if that lead will be held for much longer. I mean, the way that Metizport are playing, it is a complete night and day to behind. It is so much of an improvement. Everyone's playing a lot better, and this is what we love to see.
Confidence is one thing, improvement is the other, but Yapper, 1 shot, 2 kills. That's the operator showing its strength. Once you don't expect it, it hits you the hardest, and Yapper definitely shuts them down. The round already not looking too good for Metizport. They got to try their best without QB and without Darkness to win this round out. Remember, this is only the penultimate round for this half, at least. You got to try something. Obviously, money's not on your side, but I would expect them to at least go for some damage, maybe. Even damage is not enough. You got to try to go for the win if you want to go with a 6-6 half, at least. But on the other hand, it's just looking so unlikely, because the sides of Hecaton did so well. Oliver doesn't consider Thompson. Stays low. And from the right side, his ear gets shut down. Blown off. Head maybe on the floor. As Ice Luna now. Same situation. Obviously does have the does have the knowledge of the Omen being close. Smoke's going up. And it's looking so unlikely now. 30 seconds left. There's nothing gonna happen for now. It's just gonna be a little bit of fights now towards mid. Maybe some kills left, right, and center. Some ultimate points as Ice Luna gets killed there. But not more. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, and look at this from Ahmed, probably lurking around. They don't know at all. Ice Luna finding one. Maybe they do know because Danny looking behind. He falls to the hands of Ahmed. The dash in, the kill towards Ice Luna. It's a great round closeout. Ahmed takes him to a 3-round lead. One more round. Will Metizport be able to try and take this to a 7-5 half, or will it be yet another 8-4 half like we saw in Bind?
It's not looking too good in one sense or another, but they do have the option to have some ultimates going into this round. Obviously, the Secrets by Danny, as well as the From the Shadows from Darkness, are still two of the ultimates that are a possibility to gain in this round. They still have Dante's Fury, and they have the Overdrive. On the other hand, you know, Ahmed has the Overdrive as well, and From the Shadows from Thompson can also do something. But From the Shadows is obviously not the greatest of weapons, as Yappa goes down as the Operator going down. QB finding his first blood. Enough to get the Overdrive running now. The A side is being pushed up immediately. That's the first time I really see Metizport going for a fast execute after a kill. But from behind, Ash is already waiting in long. He gets one. Does it get a second? Yes, he does. Making it not even close as Danny. Timing a little bit off, maybe. Ice Luna now. Does he get the kill? Yes, he does. Asher going down to 2v2. Ahmed gets a kill, but now From the Shadows maybe being used from Thompson. No, he doesn't, because he's coming from behind. He's flanking. And a 1v2 situation, Ice Luna and Oliver, last two alive. Hunter's Fury still an option. Ice Luna. There's no Viper split gonna happen. But the question is, do they know that Thompson's already towards long? Right now, it doesn't seem like it. And it seems like Ice Luna missed him, actually. So no information found as of now. Thompson wriggling towards short now as well. Question is, does he know where the Viper is? He does not know where any of them are. It seems like Metizport doesn't know where he is either. But the time is getting so low, meaning he has to get at least one kill or get the defuse down immediately. Hunter's Fury being used, and from behind Ice Luna, he gets the kill in the end. The 5th round is being found, and a post-lane situation which looked so unlikely on both sides to happen even. Being won in the end, cleanly played out. Metizport, a little bit of a life sign.
Oh, absolutely. And finally, the rounds are swapped. The halftime has come already this quick, but finally, it's not an 8-4 half. It's only a 2-round deficit, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, no. I don't know. I can't do maths. It's a 2-round deficit. And what a comeback that round was. If you could pause the timer for me, we shall be back after this 2-minute break. Thank you all. Thank you. 2-minute break to have. Welcome back then. It is going to be the second half of map number 2 here in Haven. It's 7-5 with Hecaton Trident leading the way. They have a lead like what they did on Bind, but they're not out yet. I'm going to say this now. Metizport are not out yet. So I wonder, will they be able to clinch a comeback? Will we go to map number 3, which is Pearl, if you see it in the top left corner? I'm hoping we do. It will add to the action and it will be a great way to start off the Neon Core Cup. We've seen almost another ace in this match from the very own QB. Clutch that would have been absolute cinema, but we are ready to get on with the way. So the timer is unpaused. We are ready to go. And Joseph, how do you think this round is going to go?
Well, looking at the map, it's looking like a lot of aggression towards mid from the sides of Metizport. Maybe not something that I would expect, considering the composition has a Viper. Maybe a lot more favorable on that defense, especially with the 2 initiators. And the first blood, though, being found. And they're showing me that I'm wrong immediately as Danny finds the first blood, finds the first 2. As Hecaton now on the back seat once more, or rather for the first time on the pistol round, I guess, as Metizport find the first kill. That's going to be a very important one, obviously. But on the other hand, the pistol round being won, that's going to give them at least 2 if they do not fumble everything completely. But the question is, do they know where the Cypher is waiting? Do they know where Ava is waiting? Ava does get 1, doesn't get the second. QB going down. Ice Luna shuts him down. A 2v4 situation. And it seems like Ahmed as well as Asher, they want to go towards that C side, which is looking empty as of now. So it is the correct thing to do. On the other hand, the 4 people on the retake, that's going to be man advantage for the side of Metizport. But as we've seen in this match so far, everything is possible. And these 2 people, I wouldn't bet against them when it comes to a 2v4. They are able to do it all. Ahmed and Asher. Now, Paranoia coming out. That's a good Paranoia. Both being blinded. And the question is, do they find Asher? No, Asher actually stays alive. Ahmed gets 1 on. Ice Luna gets the second. Oliver, he gets the shutdown. But now Ahmed still alive. 3k, but no darkness. He gets this win in the end. And the 6th round is being found as the first pistol for Metizport is found on this map. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Metizport is back so far, at least.
I swear to God, he almost done it again. What a clutch that would have been there from Ahmed. He is my MVP for this game. I swear, he is thriving in his neon element, and I love to see it. It is absolute cinema. Hands in the air, but what a round. You could say, if you were on the Metizport side, it is 6-7 or 7-6. It's the way who you're supporting and how you see it. What a absolute pistol round there. A little, you know what? It's fine that you lose 4 people. It is fine because it's pistol round. Bonus though, this anti-eco, you really need to try and keep as many people alive as much as possible if you want to propel as well as you want in towards round number 3. Look at Danny here. Shoots the clone, will peek out and will find only 1. Flash is going to be ready. He's going to swing again, but the shock dart will find the kill. So 4-4. QB though, outlaw in hand. He knows that one's pushed out, but then, oh my God, Oliver with his own outlaw abuses, you could say. It's the most overpowered gun in the game. A 140 to the body. It is a deadly trap. But look at this from Darkness. He is watching this like a hawk. The smoke, they know the push out. He finds one, but it's Thompson to find the trade. It's a 1v3 situation. This is already a great eco round from Trident, and Ice Luna all the way into that B main. They're holding with the Outlaws. Wait for him to push out and he will be dead. But never mind, he is just waiting. 37 seconds on the clock. He has all the time in the world.
Standing ahead.
Just wonder, what's his idea? You know where he is, and it's Ice Luna to find the kill. It's a team ace for Mazepin, and it's 7-7. What a round from I'm gonna say walk around from Trident, because I do find too they could find a little bit more, but they were just picked off by Ahmed and Oliver's outlaw.
Well, what a one from Trident indeed, and I surely hope that Metizport don't turn out to be Mazepin in disguise, as the side of them are looking quite okay for now. Obviously, we do have to say though, the sides of Hecaton, they did show us a little bit, or rather a really nice try towards Garage there. A little bit of indecisiveness and hesitation enough to get the win for Metizport in the end, though still, as Oliver gets the first blood, the Yapper going down, advantage being found, the Outlaw, as you said, the strongest weapon in this game, considering that it is, considering its price is what I wanted to say. Drone coming out as well as Ava makes it an even numbers now. Ice Luna going down, it's gonna be the Viper down, one of the most important, rather the most important character when it comes to the defense. Oliver, 10 HP left, and he has to back down, but this A side is looking mighty stacked, especially now with Oliver getting that heal from the sky. And it really looks like Hecaton is trying to re-aggress towards A, which might be the detriment, but on the other hand, Metizport walking back to C, and Ahmed, he gets the first blood now towards that A side, or rather, the next first blood. The entry kill as QB left alone on A has to try to find a pick or two and doesn't find anything as the smoke is just too much to handle. As Spike goes down a 4v3, and now the retake has to come in with 2 Outlaws in hands, and obviously weaponry not really on their side. You have to say though, it is a bonus nonetheless. Danny has the Bulldog in hand, and it seems like they're gonna slow it down. Metizport gonna slow it down dramatically, as Danny's only on 4 HP. In a 3-4 situation, obviously not the greatest for them to play around. Flash. Team Flash, actually. Oliver has to back up a little bit. Time, not really there anymore, but he does get a kill on Thompson, which is going to be a little bit of damage done. Money, obviously, of the essence, but Thompson was one of the players who didn't buy up for this round. All 3 dying in the hands of the Spike. And nothing lost too much for the sides of Hecaton. The 8th round is being found, and we're back on the advantage for Hecaton Trident.
Yeah, and I mean, not a bad bonus round, finding 2, unable to deny the plan. And I mean, that dink there, putting Danny down to that 1 HP threshold. I mean, I'm loving this. This game is so entertaining. You could say it's more entertaining than some tier 1 matches. And it's just the fact of, I mean, me and Joseph mentioned this earlier during the break of, these guys, like, any round's winnable for either team, and that's the sort of nature of the low team. But the spray through, finding the kill on our QB is just insane. Ice Luna to finish him off, but the trade from Thompson, this is what you love to see. You swing off your mate, you find the kills, and now this is where it's all at. The smoke to deny the B push. And the bomb down just outside of mid-courtyard. We are just... The rotation's already happening, though. I mean, A is open for the taking, but look at Profi on this C side. Will he extend into the CT? Will he try and find the kill onto Oliver? No, the drone will be thrown out. It will find Profi. Profi's going to push up, and he's going to be thrown into a firing squad.
A little bit overzealous there on the peak. Obviously, I understand it. He's droning out. He's trying to find some information towards C, but... Come on, it's a 4v4, you don't have to go for that play, and now the retake is coming in immediately, but Thompson coming from behind, that's gonna be a fast look. Question is, does the enemy team know? No, they don't. Darkness stays alive for now, gets 1 kill. Thompson, QB being able to be traded out, though. Now the Hunter's Fury coming in. No damage is being found, but obviously the defuse has to go back down as Ahmed gets 1. Asher gets the second. 1v1. Oliver, 21 HP. And he does get the kill in the end. A little bit of a swift kill in the end. Just a headshot being found. And the 8th round is now back in the hands of Metizport as we are back to even numbers 8-8.
And the Hunter's Fury is online for Oliver. What a clutch, 21 HP. The crosshair placement's impeccable. You wait for the peak. You have all the time in the world, as you saw. 10.67. He had, you know, he could have waited a little bit longer and still won the round. Greatness there that we love to see. And 8-8. This game is just round trading in this second half. And no team is giving up. I thought maybe that 13-6 deficit would have maybe put a mental strain onto Metizport, but no, they are going strong, and look at this aggression into the mid space, but the full speed ahead. Oliver using Hunter's Fury, not finding any picks to what I'm seeing, just trying to deny, but they are on site already. Ahmed going down to the hands of Oliver, though, over peaking without the smoke being placed, and already the retakes are ready to be put. Spraying in, finding the kill onto QB. Oliver's out, Thompson ready to flood on in. Profi finds the kill onto Ice Luna, and hold the phone from the back. It's gonna be Darkness 1v1. Omen versus Omen, Guardian versus Guardian. Who's gonna win it? They're both on the same HP, if I'm not mistaken. And Thompson, he's just going to walk up. He's ready to take this for the taking, and it's not going to find the win. It's Darkness from behind who finds the 2 and closes out the round. It's greatness still for Metizport.
Metizport back in the advantage once more. 4 rounds now in this half for now, which is already really well done, especially considering we only have 5 rounds until now. Meaning Hecaton only winning 1, maybe having to, you know, take a timeout here and then, but they decided to not do it this round for now. That round was odd. We had a safe self-kill on Asher, and then we had, you know, both Omens coming from behind, one flanking from long and the other just waiting in the corner, waiting for 2 people coming up from CT, getting both of them, making it a 1v1 situation. And now going into this round, obviously the sides of Hecaton, they have the weapons now. They do buy up, as Danny, the only one without a weapon. Oliver, first one to peek out, doesn't get a kill, being stunned up. The overdrive now being used, and backside, that's a dead sober to say the least. But Danny as well, nothing to do there. Ahmed just a little bit too much with the overdrive. There's gonna be the neural link being used as well. Thompson gets one on QB. There's a B player going down. There's no luck coming from Garage now. And just Ice Luna and Darkness left. It seems like we're going into the next round with the 9-9 scoreline.
Yeah, and it's a great fast put-in onto that C side. And Hour finds his next target, and he's actually going to cage for him to to get killed, you could say. And Ahmed with the Bucky not finding the kill though. Darkness with the dead zoning there, able to find the kill around the corner. The smokes and stuff, they will call for the save. They are able to cut 2 guns out of the hands of Hecaton Trident. Ice Luna staying around, finding the kill onto Thompson. And it's a 2v2. The round will go to Hecaton, but I do think that Metizport actually have the advantage going into this round.
I feel like Hecaton just gave Metizport a little bit too much there, as we have a technical pause as far as I know. The sides of Metizport again having a little bit of a ping issue, internet issue. That is fine, that's just Valorant in one sense or another. We do have to say though, yeah, Hecaton winning that out, but giving them a little bit too much value considering they, Hecaton did not have that much money, and the sides of Metizport now have the Viper Spit as well as actually, the tech pause wasn't called. As we go into the next round, we're still live, 9-9 scoreline. And the ult being used. Ice Luna. Viper Spit towards Silong. Everyone slowing it down, waiting a little bit. A default heavy towards mid as it seems like we're re-rolling the round. So it's gonna be a tech pause. A little bit of a mistake maybe here and there. Maybe no one stopping the clock, but it's gonna be fine as the 9-9 scoreline is still up and going. Obviously, no damage has been done, no weapon has been lost, no information has been found as well. So a normal 9-9 round as we go into a little bit of a tech pause. The signs of Metizport having a little bit of a ping issue still, and yeah, there we go. The technical pause coming in.
Yeah, but I mean, this game is so interesting. The equalization on both of these teams, both of them 9 apiece. And from looking at the first half, right, it did really look like Hecaton would have maybe took that, sort of the momentum they had, maybe take it into the second round. But no, immediately start off 2 rounds in a row for Metizport Academy, and they're able to thrive. They are thriving. They then lose 1, then 2. It's a common theme. They win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, and if that keeps going, they will win. By the time we get to round number 12, for them, if my maths is correct, Trident will be on 11. So this is going to be either an overtime game or a 11-13 score. That's my prediction. If you are in the chat, put your predictions in. I predict an 11-13. Joseph, what do you predict?
It's hard to say because I still feel like Metizport in some sense or another they don't have the greatest of playbooks in one sense, but the confidence is definitely there. That is probably enough to win them this round, as you can honestly feel the sides of Hecaton, losing a little bit of their confidence. We do have to say that Profi Yappa for the first, not for the first time, but obviously this map having a much better performance than on Bind, but obviously Bind was a snowball, as we say it in the scene, for the sides of Hecaton Trident. It is still winnable for both sides. It's I think in some sense or another, even though it's 9-9, it's a little bit early to give a prediction that is more likely to be true or not. And that is probably, the beauty of this game, and especially the beauty of these two teams playing against each other. Even the last round seemed winnable in one sense or another from Metizport, even though, time was not there. They did get 2 kills in the end, value being found, and now we go live. Finally, the tech pause going over, and Viper's Pit being used on C-Long once again. Some space being taken towards B, and it seems like the sides of them are running towards that B side already. Oliver going down though. Sorry, Ahmed going down in the hands of Oliver is what I wanted to say, but the push is still coming in. Darkness gets the trade once more. 3v4 situation. Now, Profi Yappa, only one from Garage. And look at where the spike is. It's in the middle of the B side. That means the attackers do not have the information, do not have that spike. They have to go towards B. They have to commit towards that B side if they want to have a chance in this round. Obviously, the From the Shadows is an opportunity.
Yeah, the Omen ult.
Yes, the Omen ult, the From the Shadows being used. So that means the spike actually does get taken, meaning we have a 3C side. Oh my goodness, Profi Yappa, the spray down doesn't get the kill in the end, but instead he loses his life. A little bit of heal coming in as well. That means nothing being lost for the sides of Darkness. A 4v2 situation. The retake has to come in. And a position from Thompson. A little bit of aggression. Being shut down immediately. Ice Luna doesn't give him a chance. Awa left alive 1v4. Looks unwinnable. Looks unlikely. And seems like he's just going away. He's just going to try to save this weapon. The 10th round is being found. We are on double digits.
And what a round there. What a defensive half. The hold on to B. The flood's in. They just deny it all. Ahmed going down early, and then it was Asher. I mean, these guys on defense are absolutely slaying, you could say. Slaying their competition, and they're finally on double digits. They are taking the lead, and I think they're going to win this round. I think they're going to keep up the theme of winning 2, losing 1. And if the case, then we will end 13-11. And that's why I predict it.
Yeah, if that is the case, it will be something like that as Ice Luna, first one, but only one towards the C side, actually, not even the first one, as sides of Hecaton Trident are looking towards C, looking to entry towards C. Now the A side is being given up immediately by the sides of Metizport, which is odd to do so early, especially we're not even at the 1 minute mark, no information being found yet, just a little bit of sounds. Obviously, Ice Luna back in the smokes, trying to disrespect anybody who's trying to walk into that C side. Now the C side is being stacked by 3 people. That's enough to probably hold a push in to reveal darts. Not finding too much, just a little bit of information. QB has to step down, take another angle, and goes back. Actually, as Darkness gets his first blood. Thompson going down. The both Omens having a fight towards mid. And it's going to be Thompson being shut down. Meaning, no smokes for this round. Very important for the attacker side. Nonetheless, is going to be the C execution if it comes in even. A little bit of spray damage towards QB. Now, Dimensional Drift being used. Profi Yappa finds the positioning of all 3 C players, but now the rotations coming in as well. What is that timing he takes as he just gets out of his Dimensional Drift, gets a kill. Nothing else being found though as Oliver shuts him down. 12 seconds left. There's not going to be anything. 10 seconds left. 8 seconds left as Darkness gets the kill down Asher. There's no plans going to happen. And the other question is Ahmed going to, pick up a Vandal, maybe pick up a weapon, maybe get a kill? Nope, he's going to pick up a weapon. That's going to be it. A little bit of, it's an odd round, to be honest. I don't even know what to say about this, just because Hecaton, they're not supposed to run into a time wall here in this sense. They were looking towards C the whole entire round for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then they just run out of time.
Yeah, and I think the timeout coming for Trident. I mean, they're not, I don't know what they're doing. Yes, they're on an eco on the lighter buy, but I think you still need to do like some sort of default or some sort of like playbook thing of like maybe a fast flood onto B, maybe a C split. Something like that to just sort of create space and have that sort of area where you can go back. You know, they're all just sat in that C lobby space and it's not working out for them. I really do think if they were, you know, trying to win their eco rounds, at least, you know, don't fast flood straight on that C main. You have to split something. You have to default the map. You have to create something to open up something. If you get what I'm trying to say here. But you know what? This defense half is absolutely amazing from Metizport Academy, and this is what you love. They are definitely in their element now, and I see why this is their map pick.
This goes here.
Yeah, it really seems like Haven is much more of a comfortable pick than the Bind was. Obviously, Bind wasn't that big. Bind was the size of Hecaton's pick, which looked mighty fine for Hecaton. Not so good for Metizport, and this time around, again, it's the other way around. We do have to say, though, still Hecaton are fighting themselves a good match. As towards that A side, they are trying to run in. Nobody is waiting for them on the A side, meaning they probably have a empty side, or they have an empty side, they have a free plant. They have to be careful about a flank down, considering QB and Ice Luna, these are the two players waiting. Iowa has a little bit of information towards flank. And the side, obviously, the spike going down, no Hunter's Fury being used. Obviously, the Hunter's Fury is in the hands of the attackers, is in the hands of Hecaton. Now, Iowa, he's going to find the kills. Oliver gets the first blood on Ahmed, maybe a little bit overzealous, as the first blood is being found now, but the two kills from the flank or rather the two flanks don't get anything in the end, as Danny gets one on Yappa, gets the second one on Thompson. Now the advantage is back in the hands of Metizport. A 3v2 situation, the Hunter's Fury now being used, not hitting anybody yet, as was only a fake tap. Now the push is coming in, Awa gets one. He knows that the second one is on a spike, and Darkness goes down. 3k being found, a 1v2 situation now, as Oliver is left alive against 2, and he doesn't find it in the end, as Asher shuts him down. Double digits now in the hands of the sides of Hecaton. It seems like they want to get this map back. They want to get this over and done with, as the next time out is being called, this time from Metizport.
Yeah, and I mean, when you have that free site, a 5v5, post plant, it's the most difficult. They had the early advantage and then it started to fall. They killed the flankers, and then the people coming from main, they just lost all attention. They were able to flood back in. It's not an ideal situation, and this is what we mean about like every round's winnable. I mean, we saw Hecaton, they had the advantage and then they lost it. You know, they killed the lurkers, but then the people trying to flood in through the CT and through the heaven were able to take the site and were able to take, you know, almost take the win, but then Hecaton does come out on top. So I am liking this from both teams. It is very like back and forth, and from what I'm seeing on the minimap, I think they have the idea of trying to go for a fast B. And looking at the ultimates, I mean, to be really honest, the overlay is a little bit broken. So the overlay, you know, the guns and how much credits they aren't being shown, but ultimate wise, they're a little bit spread thin.
I need a drop.
Yeah, spread thin. I don't think that they're gonna have one or two ultimates. They're not gonna have any ultimates actually for the rest of this game, as at least if we don't go overtime. On the other hand, though, they have sorry, in the hands of Metizport, they have the From the Shadows and the Hunter's Fury able to be used. Obviously not the greatest of ultimates solo wise, but they can do a lot of damage. From the Shadows can give us so much information, as well as the Hunter's Fury can shut down any spike plants going towards that empty C side for now. If the sides of Hunters are going towards that C side, as Awa gets the first blood found, Darkness going down again, that's a smoke down, but they still have Ice Luna left, as Thompson gets one on QB. Now it's looking unlikely for the sides of Metizport to use their ultimates, as Ice Luna actually gets one down on Awa. That's going to be the lurk down, or rather, quote-unquote lurks. Ahmed. Now, that's the strength of the Neon. Can get out pretty easily. Once, you know, the jiggle comes in from Ice Luna, he can, you know, take his run and go towards that garage side. Now going towards C. C side completely empty. Ice Luna still looking towards mid. Drone finds one. I don't know if they found both. The Hunter's Fury being used early. Not waiting for that plant. as he gets the kill on Asher. Now a 3v3 situation. And the advantage is back in the hands, or rather not that big of an advantage, but still in a little bit of an advantage now for the sides of Hecaton Trident once more, as the Omen Thompson is coming from behind. He's coming from B side, and it's gonna have a good timing if they're able to delay this spike a little bit more. Viper's wall going up, really important, but Thompson actually gets the kill there, come from behind, a 2v3 situation. Ice Luna, Paranoia is good, but Thompson peeks out, he gets another kill as Ice Luna thought he got him with the first shot, but now he's in a 1v2 situation. Flash coming out, and no time left really. 3k being found, but Ahmed, he just waits, he knows this round is over. Knife out even, toying with his food as he gets the win for his team. 11-11. It couldn't be any closer. Next round, it doesn't matter who wins, it's gonna be match point, but there's a possibility of overtime.
I mean, this round right now is going to be the most crucial round in this match. I mean, once you have the match point, you have that sort of leeway of, yeah, you know what, from how this game is going, the overtime will be long, in my thing, but overtime would be better than losing by 2 rounds. So, this round, whoever wins it will have the advantage going in towards the end game, as they will have the match point. And we are seeing from the side of Trident the fast A, we know it's worked out quite well for them. The bomb though is with Ahmed for some silly reason, but Oliver ready to just do his job. Recon give the team some info, but there's 3 on A. They are ready to fight back. They aren't playing no retake it. They don't really have the ults to do any retakes, and the sprays through. Thompson trying to find any sort of connections, but none were made. QB spraying back, and now it's all silent. Cut the noise. Try and maybe fake the rotate, go back to the A, but no, I actually do think Trident are fully leaving the A site. But look at Ice Luna. Luna just staying on that C like a statue and just waiting, and maybe they would call it come into your hands. I mean, I'm loving this. The rotations. Danny and QB just staying on the A. Yeah, the call to maybe go to the B might not be the best. Darkness hears everything. He knows about the stuff in the courtyard, that he's gonna call Oliver to come on over to try and support him. They don't know about Darkness. The smokes have coming out. Ahmed gonna fall to the hands of the trade though. And oh my god, Asher finding one. Iceman gonna peek out, gonna find one of their own. And we're also dying. It's all going to be up. Oh my god, Thompson with yet another lag. He's not able to find one.
What?
Profi 1v1 situation. It's a duelist versus duelist. The bomb will be planted. Never mind. Hello? Huh?
I think he misclicked.
Match point.
What has happened there?
I'm out of here.
Was that a pick? The round can't be rolled back. So we will go to match point. Match bloody point here for Metizport Academy. And what has happened there? I am so confused. I do believe it is a tech pause, as I think he disconnected mid-plant or something like that. I don't know. But oh, this is not ideal. Unfortunate from the side of Trident. They should have won that round. No, I would say shouldn't. I mean, they should have. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It was a 1-for-1 situation, and the bomb was mid-plant, and QB, not QB, but yeah, no, QB was lurking around and ready to pounce.
I'm in a loss for words.
Yeah, no, me
That
too.
last round was... That's what we mean with every round, every single round is winnable. Now, Metizport, obviously, on match point, could bring us into the map of Pearl. As Ice Luna, the first one to take contact, gets 2, doesn't get the 3rd. Profi Yap from behind, obviously, dimensional drift, enough to get the kill. Saying sorry for the last round. What is going on? As he gets shut down by Oliver, who was waiting on the backside, a little bit too greedy for the weapon, as Darkness gets one on Truman. Sorry, Thompson, AWA left alive against everyone. He couldn't get one, he doesn't get the second, and the round being won by Metizport as the 13th round is being found. We're going into a map 3 of Pearl. 13-11, enough for the side of Metizport.
What a absolute match that was. Haven never disappoints, and I'm gonna always say that till the day I die. Phantoms and Vandals, that was one incredible match. What an insane comeback. Down 2 rounds in the first half, coming back and winning 13-11. Bow down to Metizport there as they are able to take it to map number 3, which will be Pearl. We will be back after this 2-minute break. Welcome back then. What a map 2 that was. I mean, complete night and day difference to what we saw on Bind. This is going down to the wire, and I wonder, will we see what we saw in Haven in Pearl? It's sort of a similar map in the grand scheme of things. Mid is a big choke point, one of the things that these teams are both going to want to try and tackle. And again, it's another map where the Neon and the Yoru are probably the ones you want to use. Waylay as well, but I mean, from seeing QB and from seeing how Akmid were running that Neon, I would say you maybe want to run that Neon. It's a very good pick. But Joseph, what a map 2 that was.
Unbelievable in one sense or another. I'm left without any words, to be honest. That penultimate round was undescribable, and honestly, I believe him when he said he was lagging. Also, you can't see the chat, dear viewers, but that is just odd. That's just heartbreaking for the sense of Hecaton. That was a winnable round, obviously, a 1v1 situation. The spike could have gone down, but then in the end, internet, right? Internet, that's it. And Profi Yappa loses that round in the end. Obviously, 12-11, then the scoreline, match point, and Metizport. A phenomenal round to win it out in the end. Just a beautifully played round as a team. That last round, 13-11 the scoreline, 1-1 is the entire scoreline, and we're going into the map of Pearl.
Yeah, and I love Pearl when I play Neon. You know, it's the only map where I can't play anything other than Neon. I mean, she's just so powerful. You know, the way you can cut through the mid, the way you can cut through the mains and take so much space and so quick. The only thing you can't do if you're getting swarmed is getting out as quick. And that's the problem. If you use your slide to get in, how are you going to get out? Whereas with, you know, Jet, with Waylay, you have that way of getting out. Same with Yoru as well. Raze, kind of. just not as easy, but still easier than Neon. But you know what? Neon is probably going to be a must pick. Maybe even Yoru. I mean, from what we've seen from Profi on that map too, with the up, finding so much impact, it's another upping map. On that B-Long, holding it down like a hawk. I'm expecting maybe even a chamber. You know what? Chamber on this map, I would see Hour's aim on the chamber could be better, but he probably might play Cypher.
Well, Awa obviously much more comfortable probably on that Cypher, but honestly, I don't know what to expect now onto that Pearl map. Obviously, Haven and Bind, much more maps that you have quote unquote set strategies in Pearl, much less of that kind of map, just because of the meta changing so much in between the Pearl getting in and out and whatever. I'm not even sure what the meta right now is in VCT when it comes to Pearl. Obviously, everything is kind of being played there. We've seen Cryocell with an amazing 45 kills in the beginning of VCT Americas when it came to the chamber, right? But then even on later stages, C9 started with the chamber and then gave it away in the end, playing Vito instead. There's a lot of ways you can play this map. And, considering what compositions we saw in the last two maps, I do expect Aegon not to go with anything else in the Cypher. That's just his usual pick. But in the other hands, what is Ahmed gonna play? Neon? Neon can work out. Neon works out, yeah. What is QB gonna play? Neon can work out, yeah. But Raze could also work out here and there. We've seen a Phoenix before, not solo obviously, but we've seen a Phoenix before. And as I say that, Agent Select going in. Darkness is on that Harbor. What?
Oh, you know what? With Harbor's changes, I see how Harbor does work, and the Vito. I remember you mentioning Vito being good for Haven. Vito could be good for Pearl. I mean, cross map. His TPs are quite not too shabby. And QB, if QB plays Arena, I am with the nerfs that have been put in. That would be very surprising. But Ahmed on that Jet, I mean, you know what? Jet under my radar, but I would have expected a Neon on a way. I mean, Jet is good. Don't get me wrong. Jet is really, really good. I do like a Jet pick, but I would say maybe B or
QB
A.
is still hovering the Reyna.
I'm scared.
QB is still hovering the Reyna.
30 seconds in the Agent Select left,
honestly.
though. We have a lot of time. He's probably trolling us. QB, if you're trolling us, I'm about to have a panic attack because of this Reyna. Reyna is just not as good as she was near the start of the game. When she came out, she's, I don't know. Her changes just make her worse. 7 ult orbs for her ult, and QB. Oh, I'm seeing the Neon. I'm excited, QB. Stop teasing. QB will be on the Neon. We are having a double initiator for the Metizport Academy team. And then for Hecaton Trident, they are running a Teo and a Fade. I'm liking this. And the Astra. Astra is a must pick on Pearl. But they've gone for Harbor. Harbor's a tough pick. I see how it could work, and this is going to be an interesting game. Ix Luna on that lovely Vito. New character still, some people trying to test him out. I mean, he is good. I mean, I do like Dave, which is his interceptor, and this game is going to go down to the wire, I would say.
Yeah, I really like the Vito pick. It's just one of those characters where I still think, the people, they still do not understand completely how valuable this character is. Obviously, the potential has not been found yet. This is the newest character we have in Valorant. Obviously, a couple of months now, ever since he got, he joined the game, but not enough where people can honestly say, this is what Vito is, this is what Vito can do. On the other hand, this is the first time I'm watching a solo Harbor being played on this map. Obviously, the wall is going to be valuable towards that B side, but everything else is going to be a rough time, especially on that defense. Harbor always had a little bit of trouble when it comes to the defense. But obviously now with the rework, he has a lot more normal smokes. As we go live into this pistol round, walking towards B Link, the double doors being disrespected. Look at that positioning by the sides of Metizport. Completely through, going towards spawn now. Question is, can they find Awa? Yes, they can, but both of them staying alive, rather the team of Metizport and Awa staying alive as Thompson being shut down. The first time he's not playing that smoke. Instead, he's on that Fade. Now the A side completely empty. but they have to be careful from both CT and main. A little bit of a crunch situation could happen as Eivor gets his first blood found as well, or rather first blood for his team at least. A 4v4 situation. We are back on even numbers. Ahmed doesn't get the kill. Oliver instead. A 4v3 situation. Back advantage. Darkness gets one as well. Profi Yapper gets one. Doesn't get the second. Oliver instead. And it's looking like Metizport shutting it down. 3 people still alive. And the first round is being found. The pistol is being found. Metizport not saying that it's done yet, but they're taking the advantage from the last map with them.
Yeah, already really early on, and I love the way that they take the mid connector. They are able to then pinch art, get the kills, and then, yeah, Hour is able to run to main and then find the kill, but trade it immediately. This is what I'm loving, and immediate. This strat book is just phenomenal. I am loving the way, and look how open the B site is. The mid take here from Trident. But it's a false read. It's only gonna be Luna. So try and maybe make some noise. Try and make them think, yeah, guys, this is mid. But no, they turn their eyes towards the B. And look at this. Luna isn't going to know that there are going to be 3 flanks. So it's going to be a 1v3 onto this back half. They take the site phenomenally. Nice and open. And it's actually going to be a 5-man back. So it's all going to be up to Luna to maybe find one. Unable to find...
Oh, goodness!
Does find one, does get Ahmed down to 1 HP, they'll swing together, they'll get the trade, a 4v4 situation, and Danny, be careful, you've got the Guardian, the Horde misses him, he has to swing, unable to find a kill. It's gonna be Ahmed to lead the way. But look at this, the utilization being thrown out, and it's going to be Hour to go down. Oliver and Darkness finding one apiece. Danny finds one of his own. It's all up to Ahmed. It's all up to him. A ghost in hand, unable to find a kill. It's Darkness to close out the round, and it's 2-0. I like the 5-man push, but maybe one in that B link to just add that extra bit of pressure could have been a little bit more substantial for the side of Trident. Anyhow, finding 2. Not a bad half. Finding 1, actually. Not a bad half.
And it seems like we're going to have a little bit of a tech pause into this round. Unfortunately enough, Darkness, in the end, we did see him die to the spike, which I thought was odd. But it seems like he actually got a little bit of a ping issue, internet issue, which seems to be happening at least once per map, unfortunate enough. Nothing lost, though, when it comes to any value for Metizport, especially considering Luna only had a ghost in hand. Obviously, Darkness in the end did lose a weapon there. That's unfortunate enough. But, you know, even with that 5-man flank, not too much value for the sides of the Tridents. Instead, Metizport doing well enough, doing good enough. Losing Darkness, obviously, to the spike, as I said, it's to the 3 times now. But it's not too heartbreaking.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? That was a really great round from the attackers. They were able to take B with ease, and then they focused all their attention onto the flank 1, holding the sort of B link space, which is, you know, what they, you know, expect at least 1 there. And now going on to the round where they're actually at the disadvantage. They should, and I quote, should have the worst guns, but you never know. They might have the better armor. They only lost 1 to 2 people on that bonus round, so they do really they're able to propel themselves into round number 3. And I'm looking right now, and the guns for them aren't too shabby. I mean, a Sheriff, a Bulldog, 2 Guardians, and I don't know what Darkness is running, but this is going to be an interesting round. And if they are able to make it 3-0, that's going to be quite good. Winning their, you know, bonus round is going to be quite substantial for them.
Definitely. And, you know, considering that last round didn't really go as planned for the sides of Hecaton Trident, even though, yes, they were on that eco, but obviously they had an idea coming into this round. This round is much more of a reset for them, as we just got confirmation from Metizport. It's going to take a little bit of... it's going to take about a while, but I think we can... I don't think that you guys dislike us too much commentating over this technical pause, so just bear with us. We're going to wait as well. Honestly, I'm hungry, so I might as well, I don't know, eat my water bottle
Yeah, eat the water bottle, you know, eat your chair, stuff like that. But this is, I'm liking this. From both teams, you know what, not a few bad rounds. It's just that pistol round from Metizport was not something you see a lot of teams do. You know, not taking the mid space that early on, like right from the get-go. You know, not something, it's a good pistol strat, I'm not saying that, but you know, normally you see people go for like maybe an A split or, you know, sometimes a B split, but going straight for the mid connector and then just take the site from there. That's what I love. And they did it so well when they weren't punished at all because the, you know, Trident didn't expect it whatsoever. So it was a great, great pistol round there from Metizport.
Yeah, definitely in that sense. Now going to this round, obviously, once we're live, they do not really have the weapons, but obviously Guardian, one-shot, headshot weapon, can do a lot of damage. Bulldog can just spray through everything. You know, it's similar to what the Guardian can do, but just not with the headshot, one-shot in consideration, as Darkness actually has reconnected, and it seems like he's going with that Bulldog that was given by Oliver in this sense. Technical Force still live as we're waiting for the enemy team, or rather not the enemy team obviously, but Hecaton to say that they are ready. And then we would be ready to go live for this bonus round for Metizport and the anti-bonus for the sides of Hecaton Trident, as we're still waiting.
Yeah, but you know what? This round, I think we're just going to see a nice little even spread from Hecaton. You know, play it nice and safe. You know,
We're live.
we are live. We are live indeed, and we are ready to rumble, you could say. And we're seeing Metizport Academy trying to take this A main space, which is fine. But look at all that KJ utilities. The knife into mid connector is going to find the Astra here, and now you see Hour just playing off-site, hit down by just one shot by QB, and it's just all silent. Over towards the A though is going to be Hecaton Trident, leaving just one on that A B side.
Alarm bot down.
Yeah, now mid being attacked a little bit. Obviously, Library having that alarm bot being shot down, meaning there has to be some people, some heads towards that A side. Otherwise, it's looking like somewhat empty. Obviously, we do have a setup there. But in the meantime, though, looking towards B, a little bit of a fight. Oliver and Danny getting two there, even though Asher did well enough to get one, but not enough to really get the advantage, as the advantage is in the hands of Metizport, as they have the man advantage. Now the molly's coming out, nothing being hit, as the rest of the team came from mid A, were able to get one, but a lot of damage being done on his body as the 3v3 comes in. And a flash, a beautiful flash as that for Danny himself. Ahmed gets one on Ice Luna, gets a second on Oliver, 1v2 situation. Both of them being low though. Danny left alive, has the Phantom. Flash coming out once more, delaying a little bit of a push, finds the second. And there's going to be a third, sorry, as there's going to be a 1v1 situation. Ahmed against Danny, 1v1. Who's going to peek out first? Who's going to find the other one first? Ahmed, the timing is looking mighty fine for him. The question is, does the KO find himself as well? The defuse? No! The 4K! The clutch being found for Danny, as the bonus is being won and the third round is being found for Metizport.
Yeah, and what a great round. They're able to propel the lead into 3. The early kills found in that mid connector space. They trade each other out. They're able to find the kills. And that is going to be the third round win for them. And what a great 1v2 clutch there from Danny. If that's not going on TikTok, I don't know what will. It was amazing and well thought out. And the timings that Ahmed could have found but just didn't, and now we are seeing the fast B push. Ahmed is going to have to hold this like a hawk. A Sheriff in hand, and I think from this range it actually takes 2 hits instead of 1. He'll do a 145 instead of
especially with only full shields on the sides of Metizport. Obviously that's gonna put Ahmed on the backseat.
Yeah, and the fast flooding rotates from the A side. They are taking the B, and now we get to witness the power of Darkness's Harbor. The wall is just going to allow them to take the side. The ults are being used, but the Salvoys will deny any sort of plans, and it's going to be Luna and QB to find the kills. 3v5 situation. They're still going to go in. They're on the eco buy, so why not give it a go? And We're just gonna be shot out here, and the sort of harbor smoke there just going to allow that, but Darkness finding the kill onto Alwell. QB just holding it down like a hawk. Gonna swing, gonna hold for Profit to swing. Unable to get one. They do get one though, and it's Luna to close the round out, and it's 4 in a row here for Metizport Academy, and what a crucial round that was. Yeah, it's an eco to win, but that's 4 in a row, 4 rounds in the lead. I mean, not too shabby, not too shabby. Hecaton really need to start punishing a little bit more and a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, Hecaton, nobody off the sides of Hecaton having more than 2 kills. Obviously now we have the null command as well as the ultimate from Harbor available for this round. Obviously I don't see Harbor so much that I don't even know that what his ultimate is called. Information is being found though towards that A side, 3 people towards that smoke, and even with good utility you have to hit your shots as Ahmed has to go back. There's the null command now being used. There's the ultimate being used by Harbor as well. Now the push towards that A side, it's pretty clear where they want to go. The question is, can the sides of Hecaton shut them down? No, QB gets a first blood. It's gonna be 1 down. The also formidable Astra, very important character for the defense side. Now the question is, does Darkness find Thompson? No, Thompson finds him instead. Now a 4v4 situation, back to even numbers. But look at where QB is waiting. He is waiting towards mid as he gets shut down now by Thompson being found out. Question is, does Ice Luna, does he take a timing? Does he get a good timing though? Oliver going down. Ice Luna now left alive against 2 now as he gets 2 against Thompson and Eivor. Again left against 2 as Ahmed gets him down in the end. And the first round is being found now for the sides of Hecaton Trident. A little bit sloppy for them, for both sides, but in the end it was enough to get that first round.
And what a round it was here. 4. That's finally they have a round on the board. They found their footing, and I mean, they did lose a lot of guns though. They lost 3 when maybe it should have been a little bit less. Ice Luna though, finding these incredible timings. I mean, as a Sentinel player, this is a gloriousness to my eye. I love it when a Sentinel gets this much impact from their Lux. It's like we're watching Liquid Gnats. Luna, are you Liquid Gnats? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. And Thompson just gonna use the Prowler. It is gonna find one, but it's gonna be shot out immediately. So they do know that it is gonna be a similar strategy to what they did on the early half of this match. And it's gonna be Ahmed to look in towards the exit of mid doors. QB just waiting for the push out. Might swing out and does see him, but not able to find any connections onto the body or the head.
Yeah, information found, but no damage as of now. You have to say though, both teams now on formidable buys. You have to say though, Hecaton, 2 Bulldogs, maybe not the best of weapons, but Ahmed gets the first blood onto QB. That's the overdrive going down as well. So now the weaponry is pretty much even, considering that man advantage is now on the sides of the defender side. Hecaton having a lot more people on this game, which is 1 more person, which was probably enough to win most of the rounds, if not all. Ahmed, the only one towards that B side for now, as the Tejo is actually rotating over. That's going to be Profi Yappa. The first time he's not playing that Euro. Instead going with the Initiator. Obviously not the hardest of characters when it comes to the Tejo. Ice Luna,
30 seconds left.
as well as the rest of his team already towards that B side, ready to take some contact, and contact they do, but Ahmed gets that kill in the first place, but Danny gets one on Yappa. Now the B side is looking like it's going to be a retake heavy side, as both of the teams now having the roles switch. The question is, how good is that retake when it comes to it, as the only entry you really got is that Jet. Maybe not the best of entries nowadays, but Danny can find some information and finds the first blood when it comes to that retake. And Darkness gets 2 Ahmed and Eivor going down. Nightfall still being used though for Thompson. And he is in a 1v3 situation. Obviously that Nightfall now doesn't find as much value as he wished for. His teammates already died. A 1v3 situation, and it looks like we're going for a 5th round for the side of Metizport.
Yeah, absolutely. And a 3v1 situation. They don't let that 1 round put them down. They win. They just take back the advantage, basically. It's now 4 rounds for the lead. And, I mean, if somehow, you know, Trident gets 6 in a row, 7-5 half is not bad. And we've seen Metizport able to sort of make a comeback here. So, I mean, even if somehow, some way, we see Trident make the comeback, which they could do, you know, it's Valorant, anything can happen, and when it's a mid-elo teams as well, it just adds on to that unpredictability factor. So, this game, this first half is not over. I do believe we will see Trident win 2, maybe 3 more rounds, and we're seeing this aggressive onto the mid. The KJ util to give them the info on towards the A, and the A push is going to be happening from the side of Metizport Academy. And look at this mid take. They take the mid space with ease because they have nothing, and they're not going to be able to punish because their KJ util is offline. No, it's just gone back online.
God.
Just wait. The turret's offline. The alarm bot's just gone offline as well, I think. Never mind. Veto ult as well. They have the site for free. It is going to be an eco buy versus a full buy. That's why they took the mid space. That's like eco strat for the horn. Just catching our out. Tamsin has
Yeah, but
the
look
only
at how
vandal in
Metizport
hand.
is responding to this mid-hold, going for a little bit more space towards spawn. That's a good adaptation for that. Obviously, the evolution being used is going to be good, especially considering he's playing alone towards main. Vito. Ahmed gets the first blood there. Bladestorm doing enough, but Ice Luna, Oliver, Danny, Oliver again. Everyone going down. Arofi Yappa left alive against everyone as Ice Luna goes down. Even evolution is not enough for that sense. Oh, and that is just unfortunate now for Profi Yappa, who was late on that lurk, obviously, but now the situation is just unwinnable. And the sides of Metizport go with the 6th round, and we're gonna have at least an even half for them.
Yeah. And what again, these guys are just like they take the space, and like you said, the adaptation of taking that, so go towards dugout, go towards flowers, take that space. They do lose some guns. They lose 3. No, they lose 2. But it's fine because they have the eco to back it up. You know, it's good that they got 2 kills out from Trident, but they need to get more. They need to play more as a unit when they're on these lesser buys to get the guns out of the hands, to swing it a lot one by one, and it's costing them. It really is costing them, and they really need to lock it in. But we head on to the next round. It is a full buy versus a full buy, so I wonder what will we be able to see from Trident.
Yeah, I expect a lot, especially with Ahmed on that operator. Obviously, he is not on the right side, though, in this sense, as the B side is being attacked and no operator is waiting. Though the rest of the team is rotating over towards B. Thompson on that back side finds a lot of information, being shut down his information as well. The knife from KO doing enough. Now there's the Astral Divide being used, as well as the Tefo ultimate. A lot of ultimates actually being used left, right, and center. No information, though, for either side, as now the attackers behind that wall. You do not know how many there are. You do not know if they even are, if there are any towards that B side, and it looks like they want to rotate over back to A, which would be the correct answer if we look at the minimap. But obviously, Valorant is not played based on the minimap and not played based on that information. Ava gets a lot of information, though, considering he's already towards mid. He's already lurking, coming from behind. His timing could be immaculate. The question is, does he find somebody? Now he has. Actually, what the Veto doesn't even find him. Is what I wanted to say, but now the A side is looking like both teams trying to aggress towards the side. Overdrive being used. QB, first one to arrive towards that side. Now from behind, Ava gets one on Danny. Question is, does he get another one? QB, overdrive still being used. No, Yappa helps him out in the end, and Thompson gets one on Oliver. A 2v5 situation. Both of them not even remotely close to that spike. It seems like it's an unwinnable situation for Metizport, as Profi Yappa does go down in the hands of Ice Luna. But not much more can be found. The defenders won this round. The second round is being found. And Hecaton Trident are not out yet, though it looks not so good.
I mean, that lurk from Our, finding one, finding another. Unlucky that QB wasn't able to find the kill with Overdrive, but it is fine. It happens. And one round, that all it was. And I do think we will see Metizport just come back into this. It was just an unlucky round. The stoppage there on the B was phenomenal. The Astral with the tail ult, it stopped them, and it did also get a few tags, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're just seeing, again, aggressive onto this sort of on towards the A, and will the off find a kill? Yes, it will. It's Ahmed to find the kill onto Danny, which is a crucial part on this execution. The flashes for QB will just not be able to be used now.
Yeah, probably the strongest of weapons when it comes to playing against an operator, which is the flash, next to the smoke, obviously. going down. That's going to be important as Yappa gets down Oliver. That's a spike down as well. Information being found, knowing that no extremities this can be pushed as of now. Spike is left alone mid. And look at where Yappa is now. He went back completely, going back to his teammates, knowing that, you know, I got my value. Now, the only thing I need to do is, you know, get back, play the man advantage with my team. And that's going to be it. That's going to be the round, which is the correct thing to think about. Now, Darkness, obviously, it's together with his team, trying to find a pick here and there, trying to find somebody who's pushed up maybe a little bit too overzealous with their hold. Right now, it doesn't seem like it. Profi Yappa doing well enough. Molly's being used, salvos being used, drone being used, information being found. And now he reconsiders his position. He repositions himself and gets the kill in the end. Luna not ready for that as Darkness gets one on Ava. Now that is an entry kill for the A side, but no, that's not enough in the end as Asher gets them both. The third round is being found and the sides of Hecaton Trident, they are back and that operator looks mighty, mighty OP.
This map is more favorable for the attackers, and a timeout will be made, and I do believe it will be for the Academy team of Metizport. But oh my lord, 2 in a row for Trident, and that was a great, you know, round finish for Asher, finding 2. Not too shabby, and I like this. They're not over-rotating. I mean, how long are they going to hold that B? Oliver holding it down like a hawk, then takes the space, and it just allows his team to sort of flood around the A site. This is just beautiful Valorant from both teams, but that round was dominated by Trident, and it was just fantastic to watch. And now we move on to round number 10. This round, it's going to be a deciding factor. For me, this round could the Metizport be able to take it to have the lead going into the second half, or will it be an even closer finish here for Trident? That's what we're going to figure out as we head into round 10. The timeout is over and we are ready to play Valorant.
Just a quick reminder, the sides of, or rather the compositions, at least what it looks like, Metizport's composition, much more aggressive. But on the other hand, the sides of Hecaton Trident, much more of a defensive composition, meaning they are quote-unquote on their preferred half when it comes to composition only, obviously, which is not what the game is based around, but obviously a sign one sense or another, as Ahmed was on that B long angle and decides to go back, actually loses that B long angle for now. That means information is found for Ice Luna. That B long side is going to be a problem, but the sides of, or the rest of the team, or rest of his team, looking towards A, looking towards to aggress this A side. As the side of Hecaton Trident, they're waiting for them to actually do that. They're wanting to retake this, maybe a little bit of spray damage as well. Obviously, nothing to be found yet. It's a very slow round for this time.
Yeah, and this is what you gotta love, the tempo change. Having control on the attack is what you need. You need to be able to control the pace of the game. And now we're going to be using not only the Harbor, but also the fade ult, which is going to allow them to fast flood onto the side. All the ults are going to be used, but they're still going to spray on in. And Asher, finding a few tags there onto QB, and look at this from Profi. He is in the mix of things, but he is getting util dumped like there is no tomorrow. Danny waiting for the flash, will peek, and all the width from Ahmed, not able to find the kill with the ARP, and Luna just waiting in the ARP, might be able to find the kill there. Danny, I'm loving this. It's going to be Profi to be found out by Oliver. Oliver finding the kill, Darkness going down. Thompson finding the kill, QB getting the kill, but look at this from Thompson. He's got the lurk factor. He knows what Oliver is. He knows where everyone is practically, and they're going to run it down. And it's going to be QB to try and hunt him down. He has a slide, and the kill will not be found. So it's a wasteful... I mean, they have the money. They have the money advantage, so it is fine. But Thompson will be able to get an extra 200 credits and might even find the kill onto Oliver. Yes, he does. And that's a 3K exit of the round.
Yeah, that makes Thompson so much closer to his own Nightfall now. Obviously, Metizport did well their execution. Obviously, just 2 ultimates being used, Nightfall as well as the Harbor ultimate. But that is enough to get the A side. On the other hand, Hecaton did well there to clock that, and knowing that they have to play retake on that A side. Unfortunately enough for them, retake was just a bit slow. Time is of the essence when once the spike is down. You gotta do it faster. You gotta be decisive as a team. And it seems like indecisiveness for the first time in the size of Hecaton was the enemy here. Flash is good. Ahmed gets a shot down, but has to go back.
They get a few tags on him, but Ahmed already posted up on the angle. QB, though, gonna be sprayed and actually gonna take some damage from Oliver. Oliver finding some tags. Not Oliver, but Thompson. They're both playing Fade. They're both really insane players, so I get confused, but the cage out as well. Just all of this to deny. Luna, though, here's the footsteps. Able to find the kill. Do they know that A is gonna be wide open? Hour running up from the B. Over to the A, the IGL making the calls that, guys, I think it's an X on B. They're going towards the A. And look at Darkness just posted upside out of mid doors. And the defenders be the attackers to A. QB going in. Will fall to the hands of Hour. 4v4 situation. And Hour fighting two through the smoke. This is phenomenal. It's all up to Danny, and it's Darkness who actually falls to Thompson in that mid space, and Ahmed with the kill from Flowers. It will be a 4-7 gap, 3-round gap. Will it be 8-4 or will it be 5-2? That is the question we have to ask ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Final round in the half. It is a do or die situation. Who will have the advantage? Well, we all know who's going to have the advantage, but will it be a 4-round or 2-round? That's the question we have to ask ourselves.
Awa, unbelievable there in that situation. I'm pretty sure it was half blinded as well, just spraying it down, getting 3 kills in the end, enough to win them the round here. And honestly, I have to say though, the sides of Hecaton Trident, they're very happy to just rotate over and over and over, because it seems like they really want to just have the advantage when it comes to that side push. Once they go into the side, at least want to have the upper hand in that sense. Obviously, once you have 3 people, you got the heavy side in that particular order. Now, mid, Awa already pushed up, and Danny just didn't realize that it could even happen, as Ahmed was the other player waiting for another push towards mid, now giving up that space. Obviously, after getting that first kill, you can just leave the space open. That's everything. You know, job done. Job done. You got the kill. You got the man advantage. Now the space is not of the essence anymore. But look at where A is going, as Ahmed misses his shot. But Darkness had his classic in his hand for whatever reason. Just fell asleep a little bit there, not realizing that the Jet could push out once more. And again, the A side is being stacked by the defensive side as well, as Oliver goes down. Profi Yappa gets the kill. Spike going down as well. There's going to be information found as well. Ice Luna only on 10 HP. Not much you can do with that much behind. Smoke's going up. Shield going up. Neon. The spike's not even in their hands. They're going for that spike now. TP going. There's obviously a way to get that spike, but you only have 20 seconds left. The rotation can't go. Actually, they're going to rotate, but that's not enough time. They've got to run towards A back again. 10 seconds left. You got to run now. You got to run fast on your feet, ladies and gentlemen. 6 seconds left. Yep, there's no time. Laver gets this 4K in the end, anchoring that A side. And the 5th round is being found. The only difference between a loss and a win is 2 rounds for now.
And it's now time for the halftime. We shall see you for the next half. It was an incredible first half round, and you know what, 5-7. It's another one of those. Will Trident be able to make a comeback and lead the way like what the Academy team did last match? We're gonna have to find out in the next half. We shall see you there in just a jiffy after this 2-minute break. Goodbye. Welcome back for the second half here in the final map on Pearl. Trident are down by 2, but they are on the attack off and they are ready to start aggressive and they are ready to maybe do what Metizport Academy did in Haven and win it somehow. 13-11, maybe that could be the score again for this map. We're gonna have to find out, but we are gonna be ready to go. We are live. And this is going to be one, it's already an interesting map. I mean, the early lead that we saw from Metizport, and then it's been taken away there by Trident. I mean, I didn't want to jinx it, but a 5-7 is a really good half. And you know what? This is going to be a great second half. And we're seeing a completely different strategy than what we saw Metizport do. It's a no fast B.
Fast B indeed, especially considering the compositions much more normal than the other one from Metizport in that sense, the Harbor. I'm very interested to see what he can do on the defense side. Obviously not the best of positions where he could be now that B side is being stacked off by both people now. 5 people aggressing towards this. The attackers get the first blood. Oliver going down. This is going to be important. Is there a winning chance for the sides of Metizport still? Or is this already over? 4v5 situation. The Fake going down. Now, post-plant, time is of the essence once more. Metizport on that back foot. Have to recuperate themselves. Have to come with a game strategy now. Ahmed going down. That's going to be even numbers now. But now, look at that HP from the Neon. Not much you can really work about. Thompson and Profi Yappa getting 2. But Danny, good enough to get the trade done. Now with 2v3 situation, HP not really there. Thompson gets another one, gets the third. The 6th round is being found as the scoreline is now 6-7. And this pistol really shows us that this game could really go into the overtime even. I'm saying it now. It's really early, but I'm saying it now. It could go into the overtime.
Yeah, no, just the way, and I do believe that is going to be a Metizport Academy timeout. I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But you know what? It's a timeout. But what a pistol round that was. Thompson finding 3. The post plant was held quite nicely. It was like trying to attack a fortress as peasants. You know, it's quite difficult. Was able to make a slight breakthrough, but when you're playing 3 on long, and when you're playing against an Asher who can pull you off the bomb, who can stun you like that, it's just so hard to. You have to really kill the Astra when they're getting onto the site if you want any hope of beating them on the post plan. And well, they didn't kill the Astra, so they do lose out there, but it was still a close round. And if they swung together, they probably could have killed Thompson. They could have probably killed maybe another guy, but you know what, it didn't happen, and that is a-okay. But we move on to the second round. Will we see an aggressive eco strat, or will we see something maybe 3B2A? That could be a possibility. We're gonna have to find out after, well, not after, but we're gonna find out now.
Yeah, I feel like as long as what Hecaton is doing right here is playing it faster, much faster than they did before, and obviously much faster than Metizport are doing. And I feel like it could work out, especially looking at their B side, even though it was somewhat stacked for the defenders as well. The sheer pace was just too much. As I say that, they are playing it slowly now, being careful, being cautious, which is understandable considering they are on an anti-eco, knowing the enemy team that does not have any weapons, but they do. They have to play careful, playing passively, stick together. If a weapon is lost, you know, being able to pick it up. In that sense, Metizport does not find any information towards A. That means they are going back to mid, going back to B, thinking that it could be B. Look at that B position, by the way. Look at that Astra. It's Asher through and through. Has that B side completely for himself, knowing nobody's remotely close there. Now the rotation's coming in. But Thompson is in mid. He's ready to fight off any aggression, if there is any aggression. For now, there isn't.
Just clearing the A main space, and Thompson really was deep there. Could have maybe found some kills, but one thing I want to talk about, look at Asher here, really deep in towards the spawn, might be able to find some kills, but Thompson is able to find 2, will be surrounded, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Danny gets the gun. And now we can start with the retake. They want to take this sort of spawn area, but do they know about Asher? I mean, with the pings, they might suspect that someone's pushed up this deeply and already might try and get 1 or 2 and then died to the bomb. Gets a few tags. Down to 1 HP. Dark is Danny pushing up. Ahmed gonna push out, gonna find one. Not able to find any more. Darkness finds two with the Guardian, so it's gonna be a 2v2 situation. They're gonna try die to the bomb, but Hour just pushing up, gonna try and get one. Does find the one. Will he be able to find the second? No, they both die to the bomb, but it is okay. They win the round. It's 7-7, and nicely done there for Trident. They are able to tie the lead.
Yeah, they are able to tie the lead, but a little bit of damage done still. Obviously, that that triple buy did only, or rather, you're only able to regain one weapon for the next round, which isn't too bad. It's still just, quote unquote, just a bonus. Still, a lot of damage can be done. On the other hand, on QB, he has an operator in hand. Remember, this is round 3. Considering the first half, or rather, not considering the first half, this is round 3, and he already has that operator in hand. QB towards that B long side has that B side on lockdown, basically, meaning a lot of people can stack towards mid, and a lot of people can stack towards A, which is exactly what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, exactly, and I like this. The op holding that B line, and then everyone's aggressive towards this area, and it's a perfect read as well. They're trying to take this space. It's a little bit awkward, but Thompson might try and go through double door. I don't know. They're progressing up into the art space. They have took it from the hands of Trident. Trident aren't even going to try and fight it back. They might try and slowly creep away from this A, creep up towards the long, but they will be met by the inferior QB holding the angle down with an op. 125 health as well. But I don't know. Look at Darkness here. He is ready to go. The wall is out just to deny. The push out. He's already been able to cross. Darkness finds the kill and will be able to live for another day. And they are going to try and take this space. But the up one line is going to find one and will only find one as of now. Asher will be able to walk down slightly and might smoke off the angle. But oh, almost gets the kill onto Ahmed. Asher just shooting, putting pressure onto QB. QB gonna run towards the safety, and Danny finds the kill. They need to plant the bomb. So Asher forced to plant the bomb and will fall to the hands of QB. Danny in the mid finds 2 and will be able to pick up Guardian, finds the second kill, and it's going to be a flawless round. And for a third round, that is beautiful. They're not allowing Trident to snowball into the lead. They are controlling the game. Despite being on the defense side, they control and they take the lead. It's 7-8 with Metizport leading the way.
Yeah, very important that go out with the flawless, knowing that the enemy team doesn't have any weapons for that round. Obviously, the sides of Hecaton only knew that that round was really, really hard to be won. Going for that spike plant in the end instead, knowing that, you know, the time is not really there anyways. Also very important for Metizport to not lose any weapons in that sense, as the operator is still in the hands of QB. Now, obviously this round, first round where we have both teams, in this half at least, both teams on a full buy. Just Danny with the Guardian, but honestly, he's probably good enough with the Guardian as he is with the Vandal. Now, the A side is being pushed in, but Vito is waiting as well as the Fate. No ultimates yet. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a brawl here. Nightfall being used. Vito has to go down, has to go away, and Luna does go away. He's able to step back, step down. No TP being used as Ava gets the kill there on Darkness, knowing that somebody could be lurking up from mid, getting that punish down as Asher gets one on Oliver as well. That's going to be the enemy Fate down. Now, Light Ice Luna, the last person towards that A side who was remotely close. The rest of the team now coming in as well. QB, operator in hand. Not the greatest of weapon when it comes to the retake, but Danny and Ice Luna gets 2 now, a 3-3 situation. Very much winnable now. Very much doable as the Yappa does his best to get Danny down. A 2v3 situation. Time is now of the essence. Luna, one more. But the spike is still ticking. There's the suck coming in as well. Astra, QB gets one on Thompson. Now he has to stick it completely through. And an operator misses his shot and that loses his round as Asher wins it out with both of the kills being found. Just a little bit slow on the operator, enough to get the Astra the win.
jumping the angle, going straight into the main was so big brain. You know the op is going to be holding you, so you jump over the shot, and then you're able to get the kill, and because the op's not able to get another bullet in the chamber, you're able to find the second. What an amazing round there from Asher. So big brain, and that's what you love to see. The clutch king, you can maybe say, and now we're going to see a very aggressive B-side push.
Very aggressive indeed, as well as a possible ultimate being used as well from the sides of the Astra. The lockdown, obviously, actually not a possibility. Armageddon is a possibility from the sides of Profi Yepa, as well as the null command. But considering there's the Armageddon coming into the backside of B, knowing that the B side now is almost completely empty. The null command is probably coming in for that retake, considering that the weaponry is pretty good. But Asher from behind gets 2. There's no null command now available, only the evolution, but a 3v5 situation is not the best of situations where you really want to use this, as well as the weaponry is still looking good for the sides of the attackers. But now Luna getting one on Ahmed, making it a little bit more possible, but possible doesn't mean it is completely winnable. A 3v4 situation, still advantage for the sides of Hecaton Trident, especially with the Astra, and Thompson gets one, but Luna being able to trade him out. A 3v2 situation, still the Astra utility being used, a 3k being found, the 4k, now Astra alive against 2, but there's a suck coming in, and the time is so of the essence. There's no time left really, as Astra wins it on the end. Asher enough to get this team the win, and that is what we've seen last round, and we see this round again. That is just completely dominating post plants just by surviving. The Astra doing enough. That is so heartbreaking for one team, but so well done for the other.
Yeah, absolutely. The score 9-8 now, with Trident taking the lead for the first time in this game. And this is what I mean about the Astra is so insane on the post plants. Better than any other controller in the game. And maybe Brim if he has his ult, but Astra just utilization wise without the ult, the best. And the fact that you can take away her smokes, this is why she is picked in tier 1 and also in this tournament, because of how powerful she is. You can run an Astra onto every map, and the aggression here already. Ahmed with the Outlaw still entering as the team. The big balls that he has, this is insane, and this is what you love to see from your entry jet, despite their gun. But it's QB to get the kill. Profi finding the trades and 4v4 situation, and the Thompson finding one, might be able to find the next. Yes, he will. Oliver will fall to the hands of the Bubblegum Phantom. Luna and Profi dies to his own Salvoy. It's all up to Luna. A Sheriff in hand, unable to find the connections. A 1v3 situation, picks up a Phantom, might run to save, and that wouldn't be a bad strategy. This will mean that Trident will have a 2-round lead, 10-8, and the one time they are able to kill the Astra, they aren't able to make it to the post-plant situation.
Yeah, it's looking rough for now for the sides of the Metizport team, but we do have to say though, Hecaton Trident, they're doing mighty well here on that attacker half for now, only losing one, which was their bonus round, which is expected to be lost. And the rest of the rounds though, won the pistol, won the conversion, won the first full buy round, and then now 3 in a row. That is really good, considering that the defense half started off with a 4-0. It seems like they're not really scared by that. Not even scared by losing the second map. Now coming back to this third map with the upper hand for now. Ahmed. Sorry, not Ahmed, sorry. The sides of Metizport pushing up B. Overdrive being used. Obviously, they have that B long side completely in their hands. And the question is, does the enemy team, do Hecaton Trident know that there's somebody pushing up from B? Now they do, especially with that drone going down, and there's the first kill being found. Asher gets his first blood, and now all of a sudden, even though the situation is looking good for the sides of Metizport, the advantage is in the hands of Hecaton Trident, especially now as they do not go for the complete look. Instead, they go for mid. Oliver makes it a 4v4, Profi Yepa going down. That's what I mean with the speed difference as Darkness ultimate being used, getting the kill, but Thompson and Ava were good enough to just hide from it and get the 2 kills. Null command in the hands of Danny, but obviously doesn't do too much. He's just in a 1v3, flash being used left, right, and center. That's everything that you can really do. The spike is still open. Astra's still alive, and he's gonna be just staying alive for the rest of the game, probably, as Danny gets the kill on Thompson, but decides to run away, which is probably the correct decision. Killjoy and Astra just too much when it comes to a post-plant. There are mollies, there are sucks, and the save is coming in as Danny has to watch this round go in the hands of Hecaton Trident.
Absolutely unfortunate scenes here from Metizport Academy. They had the lead, they had the advantage going into the half, and Trident have been all over them, winning 6 of the 7 rounds we've played in this half. It is completely one-sided, and it just shows how aggressive your comp can be, or like how safe it can be. I mean, they've got Occasion, they've got Astra, they can play really safe. You know, from the looks of things, we said how aggressive Metasport's comp is compared, and yet they still didn't win as many rounds as we should have expected on the attack. And now we're seeing Trident, and we do have a tech pause, but oh my, it's complete, I don't know, it's not complete domination, but it really is one-sided in the second half.
Yeah, the technical camo coming in, unfortunately enough. It seems like another ping issue for the sides of Darkness, which is very unfortunate, but it is a running thing to happen. Quick reminder though, in the meantime, the sides of Hecaton did win the first map, lost the second one 13-11. First map was a 13-6 for the Hecaton team. Metizport now went into this map with the advantage, with a little bit of momentum behind them. 4-0 was the beginning of the round, but now obviously looking at the scoreline, it's 11-8 with Hecaton back in the driver's seat. The back foot now a little bit numb now for the sides of the of Metizport. They probably have to recuperate themselves a little bit. Lost the operator in round 3 of the second half. This now is arguably do or die this round, considering that it seems like they're trying to buy up. Obviously, it's still in the technical pause, but if they buy up this round, next round, it means like they have no money if they lose it, meaning match point is an eco round against a full buy round, which is not the best of situations, considering even that the sides of Hecaton Trident have 3 ultimates for now and probably are going to have the lockdown next round as well, which would be a steep hill to climb. Honestly, that's probably impossible in one sense or another. But as we said before, this game is showing us that nothing really is impossible, because there are some crazy situations that have happened, and I expect this map to not be too much different than to the other two. But if you were a gambling man, don't go for it. do not gamble your money on Metizport in this sense or another if they lose this round.
You could say the odds are 1 out of 100. I don't think, like, it could, you know what, we've seen it before where, like, people have been this far down and made a comeback. But just the way they are playing this defense half, it does not seem like they will make this sudden, you know, change and reform and able to take the lead back. And you know what? It's fine. It happens. Bad games happen, but this is not ideal whatsoever for Metizport, and I really do hope that they can find something, find like a ledge to hang off on, just to keep them in the game for a few more rounds.
Yeah, as the technical pause is still actually going on. Unfortunately enough, that's just it's just a Valorant thing, right? We've seen technical pause, especially EMEA. EMEA, Valorant, that's just two things that don't go hand in hand. And unfortunately enough, we live in Europe. That's just what we're going to deal with. Technical pause still going on. Obviously, composition-wise, still the same. Metizport are on the back foot, but it's still a winnable situation. Looking at the ultimates, by the way, obviously the overlay doesn't show us everything, but it shows us a little bit of evolution from one side. But on the other hand, we also have the Cosmic Divide. The lockdown is 2 away. The Blade Storm could be used this round, which I don't expect to be used, as the sides of Ahmed, he still has that Vandal in hand. Thompson seems like he wants to go with the operator now. Obviously, the Nightfall, you can see that it is available. And on the other hand, Oliver, he's 1 away from his Nightfall, which I'm pretty sure you can see also.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just went over to the Astra's point of view, and they are ready to hit this B. With our just lurking, and this, we are back live. We are back live, which is lovely and jubbly, and we're about to go. This could either be a match point or a cooling card. A life of resurgence for Metizport. They are taking the aggressive A, which is not the best of reads, as Trident are going for the B space, and it will be held down by their one and only Oliver.
You want to fight it?
But with
Yeah, Oliver, but there's not much you can do.
Though.
Yeah, a lot of damage being done, but not enough to get the kill. Nightfall is still an opportunity, or rather, an ultimate that you can use as a Cosmic Divide goes down now. No information in the hands of their side. Evolution now being used as Nightfall comes in as well. The Veto obviously not being hit by that due to the evolution being used. Danny gets first blood. Ava going down, but the spike is down as well. Now times of the essence. Ahmed gets one, but Darkness being able to trade him out. A 3v4 situation, but the post plan obviously is really hard to play against Nastra. But if the postman comes in quick enough, it is much more winnable. Astra goes down actually. Now it's QB getting two, and Profi Yappa left alive against everyone. He gets two somehow, and now a 1v1 situation. The spike is half, but he doesn't botch a single muscle. No said Oliver is now back on the defuse, but he didn't stick it throughly as Yappa wins it out. The 12th round is being found. The 3K is being found, and somehow he wins out this round 12-8. We are on match point.
What a round it was, a 1v3 clutch. The insane aim from Yappa. We saw it on his Yuri, we saw it with his op, and look at him now on the tail, able to clutch up the round and send his team into overtime. Not into overtime, but into the match point. Metizport Academy need to find something that Trident are lacking just to be able to win one or two more rounds. They take the A spot, and it might be a decent read, but look at this there. The Trident players are more so towards this sort of one side, and it's going to be Asher to find the opening frag. QB to get the trade onto Yappa. Asher, though, is going to be able to maybe find the kill. Yes, he does. Ahmed finding the kill onto Luna. It's going to be a 2v4 situation. It's now a 1v4. It's all up to Oliver. 1v3 situation. Finds the kill onto Our. 1v2 situation. They're both in towards the mid. Does he know? Ahmed gets the kill, and he wins the map for Trident win 2-1. It is an insane first map here into the Neon Core Cup. What an insane showing of skill from both of these teams. It was an unfortunate loss there for Metizport Academy, but it was one of the most incredible series of this series.
Yeah, both of the, honestly, shoutouts to both teams, both Metizport as well as Hecaton did well, giving us a map 3 as well. It couldn't be a better start into this tournament, if I'm being completely honest. Two teams that played awesomely, gave us some awesome rounds. Ace, left, right, and center. Obviously, the first map cannot be forgotten, and the second map as well not, as the penultimate round, just to let you guys remember. Obviously, this map of Pearl, amazingly played as well. Shoutouts to both teams. They deserve to be in this tournament. They deserve to be on stream as well. These are some teams that these are ones to watch, and I would enjoy to watch them play once more. Unfortunately enough, it was a best of 3, meaning a 2-1 score for Hecaton means that they win this out. And they go into this tournament in the upper bracket. They will still be on the upper bracket, whilst the other team decides of Metizport, they have to go into the lowest, which would be do or die, or will be do or die for them. And that's the situation.
And we are able to have a cheeky little interview with the mastermind of the winning team there. The insane gamer, you could say. I don't know if he's joining the VC. But it was one incredible showing of skill, and it was, you know what, it was, I don't know what to say. It was beautiful. That map 2, they could have won it in Haven, but they didn't. They just missed out, and then they have to do it in a dominant fashion there on the second half to win the map 3. What an insane series it was. What an absolute showing of skill, and hopefully we can get Our in the VC very, very soon. As I have a few questions, Joseph. I hope you have a few questions as well. As don't go anywhere yet, chat. Don't But yeah, this is one. You know, I can't wait to interview this guy.
Yeah, honestly, some amazing game strats, especially I remember the bind, especially when it comes to the attack of their side. They just played phenomenal in one sense or another. We'd have to say though, yeah, obviously bind, the sides of Metizport didn't have their full roster, as Ice Luna was still, not there yet. But considering that he only played 2 maps, or rather that Metizport only had their full team for 2 maps. Amazing that they went for map 3 there in the end. Amazing that it went so far, and also that they made it so close, especially considering they had the advantage in the first half as well. So meaning, even with momentum, even without momentum, whatever, it worked out in the end. Just well done for both teams.
Yeah.
And we are currently waiting for our interview partner to come in.
Here he is.
Ava.
Ella.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, what an absolute insane series from you and the Trident team. We loved watching it as the casters. You gave us a great showing. That bind 13-6 domination. Take us through. So what was going through your head when you were dominating it on attack in that first half?
I mean, the first thing probably that was in my mind was like, okay, attack on bind in our composition that we had was like pretty tough, just because I knew we were more defensive on that map. We had more strats on defense, so it was more like get most of the rounds as we can, and then we just gonna smash them on the defense. That was probably all. I was keeping the guys all the time, like trying to cheer them up. Even though somebody was not doing great, he was useful for the team. So, I mean, I don't have any words. It was excellent for the first time.
Yeah, and then that map to Haven, it was a loss, but it wasn't a domination for your opponents. It was a 11-13. I mean, it was a nail biting map 2, and you played phenomenally. Your Cypher was absolutely incredible. One thing I do have a question for that Poe is, why did you have Yappa on the Teo instead of the Yori?
That was a technical change just because he was not feeling comfortable, and we were practicing for a Pearl some things. Since Yapper is actually our flex, so he decided to go Tejo, and we were like okay with that. Actually, it was his idea. Not gonna lie, he was supposed to go for a KO first, and because we've been practicing with that, but he went for a Tejo, and he remembered some stuff we did before with the old comp, and it was actually working pretty well. So I'm very excited for him. Actually had a great clutch that saved us at 11-8, if I know.
Yeah,
that was a crazy one.
Insane.
We've all been hyped at that moment. At that moment, we knew it was the end. Like, sorry to our opponents, they were amazing and all. But at that moment, it was actually something that was telling me, like, yeah, this is our moment. We're not gonna lose.
And my final question, obviously I'll let Joseph ask some questions, but my final question for you, Awa, is how do you feel about stopping someone from getting an incredible ace clutch on that map too?
I feel decent. I don't have probably anything to say. The opponents were actually like pretty tough, not gonna lie. We were not expecting the opponents be that good. But since we knew what we're gonna play against, we knew some things that we have to like be careful about. And actually, the moment when we lost like 1-5, we were losing 1-5. If I know, it was actually tough. The players were like trying to cheer everybody else up, but they were like not okay. And after we switched to me playing on mid, it was totally different game. Everybody was like hyped up. We were on 5-7 on the half from 1-5 or 1-6. It was incredible after that.
Yeah.
It feels amazing.
Yeah. And Joseph, do you have any questions for the IGL of Trident?
Well, I only have one question. I'm not gonna let you sit here too much longer. You deserve some rest, especially after a best of 3 that honestly felt like a best of 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
What was the reaction? And I sincerely hope the reaction was through the roof after that quick ace on bind by Asher.
To say, me and Ashuru are the old dogs of the team. Not gonna lie, we're like the core members from the beginning. He left and then he came back because he wanted to play with me. So I actually have to give a shout out to him because seriously, he's an amazing player. He was always the reaction at that moment when he aced. I was like, nice Ashuru. I knew you were gonna ace at this map, but I was not expecting it at third round. So it was
No,
actually
wait.
decent. Everybody was so hyped at that moment. Everybody was feeling it that it was our map. We've been practicing on bind so many times, and that was actually something that told us like, yeah, they're not gonna have a chance to win it.
And they really didn't. You were absolutely dominating. You know, yeah, they got 4 rounds on their defense half, but they were not penetrating your defense whatsoever. But thank you for giving us this chance as an interview. I know you just came through a long series that, like Joseph said, felt like a BO5. It did for us as well. It was very long, especially with the tech pauses. But you know what? It's Valorant. It happens. But thank you for joining us, and go enjoy, celebrate with your team. We will see you. Hopefully, we will see you in the next round. I don't know if your game's being broadcasted, because well, I'm silly and I haven't checked schedule. But amazing game. I'm glad to have casted it, and just thank you, Awa, for giving us this entertainment as casters.
Thank you all. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So there was the interview, ladies and gentlemen, or Phantoms and Vandals, if you will. What an insane best of 3 series. What a way to start the bloody tournament. An ace on the 3rd round, an ace almost in the 2nd. We go down to the wire on map 3. It's 13-8. It was a great showing of skill, of just mental games, and just pure game sense. I truly did enjoy it. Joseph, did you enjoy it as much as I did, though?
No, not at all. Nah, I'm just kidding. Of course I enjoyed it. It was an awesome map 3 in the end even. Honestly, map 1 obviously was a little bit of a snowball for one team or another. Then the second one absolutely went to the wire, and if it wasn't for that mishap on the penultimate round, honestly I could see that round going into overtime. Considering your time schedule and maybe the time schedules of some of the viewers might have not been the greatest of things to have happened, if you really want to watch all 3 maps, obviously. But then map 3 was awesome once more. We had snowballs for both teams, but it made it so much closer than it was. Even though the scoreline was a 13-8, which isn't the closest one that we could have seen, obviously, but it felt very close in one sense or another. Obviously, that clutch that was mentioned, 11-8 by the side of Yappa. Amazing. Just some things that you don't see too often in the highest of ranks, right? You don't see in VCT. And that's what I mean when it comes to these quote unquote lower ranked tournaments. You're gonna see so many hero rounds, so many hero rounds more than you would usually see in esports, and that is just so entertaining sometimes. And with that is everything I wanted to say.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope to see you here. I believe it's tomorrow for the next round here in the upper bracket. It was absolutely phenomenal. Trident move on, and the Academy team will move down to lower bracket. We shall see you again. You shall see my face and also Joseph's, hopefully. But thank you all for joining us in today's stream. We all appreciate the support, and we shall see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.